The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome. It is Friday, September 16th. Wow, I can't believe we already this far into this awesome football season. We had a heck of a game last night. I'm AJ Hawk sitting in for Pat McAfee today. Football! A little bit closer. I'm getting better. I improved from last week, but man, it's good to be here, guys. Good to be here in studio in Indianapolis with the boys here. We have Tone Diggs, obviously looking great in his cowboy hat. Boston Connor, looking good. Hope you enjoyed the game last night.
Yeah, it was a good game. Did you enjoy the game last night?
I love the game last night. I'm just super sweaty already in this studio.
Yeah, so juiced.
This studio usually is like negative 20 degrees, and me and the boys been slinging the ball around a little bit before the show, and I worked myself up into a lather. I got excited, man, but it's good to be here. Ty, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good.
I almost didn't know what to call you. I almost called you Lou Holtz.
Well, okay. I mean, if you want to, that's fine.
There's a lot of them.
I'm doing pretty good. Good game last night. It was entertaining. It was New Frontier, so that was kind of cool.
Sure.
But
New Frontier. How
was the New Frontier?
Okay, yeah. How I would like to know. I'm sure that's a question going around. Like, how was everybody's experience? You can't say Amazon, right? Prime Video is what they want you to say, correct?
I didn't know that.
They're getting away from. They're trying to get you to say Prime Video and not Amazon. Is that? I read that somewhere.
that would make sense because you have to. Prime Video is an offshoot of Amazon. Like people who use Amazon all the time don't necessarily have it. So I think like you have to have Prime Video to watch the game.
Yeah. The Amazon. I just typed in Amazon.com because then they just have it right there. Watch.
really?
Info. Is it because of the warehouses? They don't want you.
What were you watching?
You typed it in where?
On like, the internet.
On your computer, you mean?
Oh yeah, on my computer. I just typed it in.
You didn't watch on Apple TV or Smart TV. How do you think most people watch it?
So
Actually,
that's what I was gonna say. I felt like everyone's experience was different. I did it on Smart TV. It worked fine. It worked great.
Yeah.
But I saw like a lot of people on Twitter complaining about the picture or the sound. So maybe it was
the sound. I heard a lot of people had issues with the lip sync. All right, like their mouth is moving and the voice already happened.
Yeah, a little bit. For me, at least, the early on, Al and Kirk were a little bit ahead of like the game action. So like Herbert would be dropping back to pass, and they'd already be calling that it was like caught for a first down almost. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like really striking, but the longer you watched it, it was a little bit annoying. But I didn't have any of the video issues. Like the game looked great on the app.
Yeah, they look good to me. I don't know how everybody else feels. I watched on what do you call it? Prime what?
Prime Video.
No, the
it was
alternate.
it was like the. Oh, what did they call it?
It was all 22.
It was this.
The all 22. Look, this Prime Vision.
Prime Vision.
Yeah, Thursday Night Football Prime Vision. So this it goes. It's the all 22 footage, so you can see all the players at the same time. It's zoomed out, but look how they have like before the snap, they have the names on each player too when they're in motion. Everything on offense. I actually really enjoyed that. I ended up watching. I think the whole second half here on this style right now.
I enjoyed that, like the next gen stats on the side. It was a third down for the Chiefs, and they had a percentage of who Mahomes normally goes to on third down. So it was obviously Kelsey, like 45% or whatever. But your eyes automatically then kind of go to Kelsey to look for him on the third down. It was. I thought it was cool how they did that.
Well, they have that. They had the Dude Perfect one was right next to this. And you guys switch over. What happened?
Oh yeah, of course.
Nick watched the whole Dude Perfect.
Okay, guys. Obviously, Evan Fox in the back there. I see his Zeke looking great. Nick Marolda right there. I know Gertie's in the back. He was giving me a tutorial on how to build graphics. I'll never learn, but thank you, Gertie. I know Mitt is back there. Billy, everybody. A lot going on around here at this studio with eventually we'll be in the Thunderdome, correct?
Yeah,
at
correct.
some point.
So yeah, at some point we're not making any. I'm not making any predictions here. But Foxy, what'd you think of that? I always like to know Foxy because Foxy is like the. No, I don't want to say Foxy's just such a nice, kind-hearted guy.
Sure.
So I want to know what he thought.
Perfect thing. I actually didn't watch it. I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you, but I did see some clips and it looked fucking
Tony
awesome.
watched it.
Tony did.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
I did not watch
Wait. So
it.
what is the premise? What are they doing?
I don't know, but I did hear that they had to tell the kids to stay up after halftime, and that immediately it was like, oh, this is a bad idea because most of their audience is kids.
But
I saw
a lot of parents tweeting like, kids love the Dude Perfect version. So I don't
Tyler was killing it.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was.
Did they do any trick shots?
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
did. They
That's
did a
risky
kick.
live.
They
Saw the
showed a
one
kick.
where they were throwing popcorn at each other. They were like horsing around, fucking slapdicking around.
Yeah,
It was
they
great.
did the
I
giant
don't like your tone,
popcorn.
Diggs. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? These
Trying
guys
to
are on
have
Amazon.
I only saw the clips.
new
Nick watched
frontier,
the entire
Diggs.
thing.
Yeah,
I watched 2 minutes. I didn't see a single trick shot. I turned it off.
yeah, and there were some positive
Well,
reviews,
for the
guys.
background there.
So
it's
they're like in their
fast.
headquarters? Is that
They
where they
must
are?
be,
Just
yeah.
watching the
Fantasy
movie?
Factory.
Cutter?
It did a lot of the reviews I saw was that it fucking stunk. I didn't actually get a
I assume it depends who you're talking to.
I didn't get a chance to tune in.
Like, who
for
is that
myself.
for? That's I would assume my kids would probably. I have an
it.
11
Yeah.
and a 9-year-old. My 2 oldest would probably enjoy that.
Yeah, it might be a little too young for them though. It feels like your kids are kind of older than their years. so
Looks like
might
they got
just
games in
wanna
the
watch
background
all
and stuff. It
22.
looks like they were doing stuff like that.
The
I
real
mean,
question is Nickelodeon or this?
oh,
If you
Nick-
had this.
A lot of people are comparing them, so I don't know. I love the Nickelodeon slime
Yeah, the
zone.
slime zone.
yeah,
The
the
slime
slime
zone.
zone.
I mean,
was
I don't
going
mind
on.
if you give us 50 different options for watch alongs.
Correct.
Let me pick which one's good for me.
Sure.
That's what was sweet. Is like, I think a lot of people were worried that it was just going to be like, oh, this is just going to look like a fucking game on CBS or NBC. Like, it was different. It was much different. It gave you different options, and I
Oh.
feel like that's the whole point of like kind of what they're trying to do.
The one complaint that I also did kind of actually notice is it sounded like Arrowhead was quiet. Like a lot of people said, the crowd
didn't mic
noise,
the crowd up enough?
The crowd noise versus the on-field noise might have been a little different than Sunday Night Football, where you can like feel the crowd and stuff like that. It did feel like Arrowhead was quiet, and I assume that wasn't the actual case.
I
Except
don't know.
for they were behind.
It wasn't.
a decent
Maybe it
amount of
wasn't
the game.
as loud as I thought, but it still felt pretty damn loud at times.
Yeah, they were screaming and they showed the crowd a lot. But like these alternate casts, like I feel like those really hit when the commentators aren't good. But it's like it's Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit, and the same thing with Monday Night Football. Like I love the Manning cast, but when it's Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, like you kind of want to watch that. Do they still have the Herbie Al Michaels for the Prime 22?
Yes. So,
Yeah, luckily their voice is still there. You're just watching it a little different.
And it's
I guess.
they also did a good job of after the play is over, they then go to the TV copy of like the replays and stuff like that, because it would be weird if Al and Herbie were talking about the replay on the TV copy and it was actually just like the all 22 still walking around. No, they like filtered it in. It was actually done really well.
Yeah, and they didn't have any issues. Like, didn't people think that the servers they might not have enough or something, too much traffic? Did we have anything like that?
It didn't crash, so
Yeah,
Well, Bezos was there sitting with old Roger Goodell the whole
he
night.
carries a router in his pants, so I believe that they didn't have
Where?
to.
Where?
In his pants. What are we?
He carries a
talking about?
router in his pants.
Yeah, just to
That's
make
what you
sure
said?
they get the
So he can juice.
good
He can turn
connection.
that sucker on in case a couple guys drop Wi-Fi signal.
anytime he needs to. in
Oh,
case
that's nice
something
of
goes
him to
down.
bring a hotspot to the
It's like
Chiefs
an
kingdom.
EMP, yeah, but
what?
for Prime.
they actually built it into his veins. Like
So
they
where is it
injected
here, Colin? We're looking at a picture right here. Where do you think it is?
I think it's under the seat right now. And
Why
that's
is Roger so pissed?
because it's taking up some of his leg room just because it's under the seat, and so he can't just sit comfortably.
It's like the suitcase, the nuclear football that
Exactly,
they carry
right.
with the president, right? With all the
Bingo.
codes.
Bezos
Exactly.
was having a great time, and Rodgers.
He was.
Yeah,
I'm sure Rodgers having a great time too.
Raj has to feel pretty damn good about where the NFL is, don't you think? And especially last night, the game comes down to the wire. What are
Yeah,
you talking
look at him.
about?
He's got his sleeves rolled up. He's
Come
having
on.
a good time. I mean,
Just dudes being dudes.
loosen the top button a little bit. He's loving what
I assume
Bezos has
Rodgers
to
was
say.
pissed because Bezos ate like a handful of Rodgers M&Ms or something like that.
yeah.
Did you see Bezos? There's a picture of him shaking hands with the crowd. And he just did an arm. He's like, hold on. Probably told his
There he
girlfriend,
is.
wait till you see my vein work. I'm going to go get another one. Just give him right here. Here we go. Just look at me being nice to the fans. He just wants to show off how jacked he is.
He is absolutely jacked. And last night it made me think like maybe Roger's been playing hardball with Bezos this whole time, and that's why he looked like that next to Bezos, because Bezos wants to buy a team so bad that Roger's just kind of slow playing him. We'll give you Thursday Night Football. Maybe next year you'll get the Black Friday game that you've always wanted, and then boom, Bezos owns the Commanders, and all of a sudden Washington's the premier team in the league.
Okay. Well, I mean, I hope if that comes true, Con Man, we will cut this. We'll have Zeke bring this back and show the clip.
Okay, yeah.
Got it.
You do? Okay.
Dump it.
What'd you think of the actual game?
I thought the game, honestly, it was fun. I mean, I think the Chiefs are lucky to come away with a win, most likely, but also give them credit for making plays when it counts. Justin Herbert, the injury going down, and then coming back that 4th and 1 throw. We'll talk about. We'll show some stuff later where when Pat comes on the second hour, we're gonna have Ian Rappaport come on around 12:30. Hopefully, give us an update on some of the injuries going on. No Cory Linsley, stud center for. The Chargers went down. Herbert went out for one play, came back. Dude seems to be tough as nails. I wonder what could it be? What could like a broken rib?
Yeah,
What
it
is
has to be right.
Yeah,
Like,
he landed on the dude's helmet.
But yeah, it looked like it hurt really bad. But then the 3rd and 1 where he could have walked for a first
Yeah.
down and then sat down or
It had
whatever.
to just grab, like, you
And
know, when something
instead,
grabs you.
like
horribly.
something is it a punctured lung? Like did he get a I don't know. It I guess it's not that serious because Staley said he's okay. Like it didn't seem like it's something like life threatening or anything like that. So, but it hurt. You could and I felt so bad. Everyone's coming up to him after the game and fucking patting him on the chest and hitting him on the side, and he's wincing the entire time. But the throw now for the gambling side, it was 4.5 or whatever. If you were on the Chargers, you will forever remember the 4th and 1 throw that he made down the seam to cover that game. I will forever remember him in my heart for that throw in that pain.
Yeah, in that pain, you're right. And what exactly is it? Do we have any update on Cory Linsley? Which of course we were talking to Rap Sheet, but he didn't play the whole second half. Hopefully he's all right because man, when you lose your center, he's the guy that communicates a lot of the line calls, a lot of stuff for the quarterback too. So I'm sure he'll feel more comfortable with Cory coming back in there. But what about the Chiefs? What do you guys think of the Chiefs? I think Patty Mahomes, what he can do. The dude is a magician. Commentators like to say, I don't know if Kirk said it, manipulate the pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. How he maneuvers around the pocket it's pretty special, I think, when you talk about Pat Mahomes and then dropping down, throwing sidearm, doing all this stuff. It's fun to watch, but he definitely had some balls that could have been picked off, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. I mean, a couple of those, too. Like, I feel like the media really, like, gassed it up. But, like, when you do watch him, like, changing his arm angles, like, when he's evading, like, the rush and stuff like that, he is.
It's guy in the NFL doing against monsters trying to kill him. This isn't backyard football. That's, like, what you see. That's why it's fun to watch, I guess, because the dude is having fun. Oh, where am I? Oh, I just eluded the rush. I stepped up in the pocket, and then he just drops down and can just slide the ball in between guys.
And I feel like last night was kind of what he said a couple weeks ago in terms of like, Kelsey basically, like the Chargers wanted to take him away. It was kind of they needed everybody else to step up. Like the guy who, scores the long touchdown is someone who no one's talking about before the game. Like it was like it was a gritty win.
I mean, the pick six was everything, though. Gerald Everett, the tight end. I'm sure if you watch the game, you see Everett caught ahead of I don't know how long the play was before.
I think he caught 2 in a row.
Yeah. A couple plays in a row, and you see him before the snap. You can see him hitting his helmet. Anyone knows, like, if you're hitting your helmet, give me a break. Send my replays. I need somebody to come in. I need at least a play. They obviously waved him off. They ran to the line.
Tempo, yeah.
They go tempo, which is a tough time for Everett, man. I feel for the guy. He's so tired, but then he just can't really find a way to expand wide enough with the coverage and everything. And I think even I think there was somebody in Herbert's face too. He's trying to. You can't exactly see everything. Just a perfect storm for the Chiefs to have a 99-yard INT to the house, man. It was that right there. Obviously, play the game.
Yeah, and Staley punted on 4th down, so I'm not criticizing him at all because it was awesome to see that he knows he can do that. But like, why were they in such a rush? Like, was it just because they liked the look they had? But they were winning.
They liked the personnel grouping they had in. I'm guessing they liked whatever. I don't know the exact grouping they had in. Obviously, Everett's in there as a tight end. They liked what they had against their defense. They didn't want the defense to be able to sub.
That play was like the whole game was. There was 2 drop to interceptions by the Chargers.
Well, the one though. Are you talking the one that got taken away from Asante?
No, that would have been the. Oh, yes,
the one that hit the ground, but he didn't.
Right.
Like they said, he didn't possess it before it hit the ground. That's still confusing with the pool reporter afterwards. I still don't know what should have happened.
Didn't look like an interception.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Old buddy came on instantly and said this is not an interception.
Yeah.
Remember, he said he did not possess it before the ball hit the ground, even though the ball didn't really move when it hit the ground. If you don't show clear possession before the ball touches, then it's automatic incompletion. Is that what they mean?
It feels like that's what they meant.
Man, how do they know if you have possession before it touches the ground?
It looked like his one hand was underneath of it too, but there was no angle showing that until afterwards when he comes up, and then you see it. So it's hard. You can't. It's a judgment call. You can't just give it to him there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been another huge situation in the game. What about Mike Williams? Obviously, big-time first half. They shut him down a little bit in the second.
Well, I feel like Chris Jones at a certain point there, and it was probably a big part of it was Linsley going out, but he kind of just took over the game. It's like he just started getting pressure on Herbert consistently, like very consistently. He got banged up. Who knows how banged up he was before he actually got hurt. I mean, I feel like that kind of – Mike Williams, you can't let him beat. I mean, Chuck said it all day yesterday. Hey, can't let this guy beat you.
That one-handed touchdown, though,
that was incredible.
Yeah, great coverage. I mean, just the catches some of these dudes make them. They seem like routine. Like this isn't normal. I don't know if we went back 30 years. Are they making these kind of highlight reel catches every single game like we see?
Yeah, have you seen Chris Collinsworth's highlights?
You're right. I mean, Lynn Swan has a bunch of them. I see out there a lot. Right. I guess they just didn't. They used to not throw as much as we throw now.
Sure. Yeah. I think both teams are good. I think it's kind of what I took away.
Bold statement there.
Thank you. I think both teams are good. But Chargers just made more mistakes last night as far as the game was concerned, because now they're going in to score. I mean, that's a 14-point swing right there. Like that's the game right there.
Yeah, if they get a stop, say he doesn't throw a pick and they just get stopped on downs, 4th and 1, they go for it, they get stopped. That's a huge deal. Sure. But the fact that it's a pick 6, it's a record too, isn't it? A record for a rookie to a game changer.
That guy's story's awesome.
Yeah, he was working at Wendy's 3 years ago. That's true. It's actually true.
Yeah, insane, right there.
Man. 3 years, can't really read this, it's too dark, but 3 years ago, Jalen Watson was working at a Wendy's while he was trying to find somewhere to continue playing football. Tonight, he has a 99-yard INT of Justin Herbert in his second career NFL game. Man, that's awesome. Good for this dude.
Yeah,
Perseverance would be an understatement. Man, Jalen Watson, he's got to feel pretty damn good about him. And he was stepping in for, he wasn't supposed to start the game, was he?
McDuffie was hurt. And that was the other thing. Like, with Keenan Allen being out, you'd love to see both the teams kind of at full strength. But with Mike Williams, like, have you ever played with a guy who, even when they're at full strength, isn't as good as when they aren't? Because it feels like when Mike Williams is, like, the number one, he plays out of his mind. But then when Keenan Allen's on the field, too, he like that. Like, last week, for instance, I would say probably the Raiders don't have as good of a secondary as the Chiefs do. But then for some reason, when Mike Williams knows, like, hey, I'm the number one guy, I kind of have to go here. Yeah.
Wonder what that is.
I don't know. Have you ever played with someone like that where, like, they're maybe not when, they know they're not getting the ball or they know they're not, like, the focal point, that maybe they kind of, take it
don't
easy?
go at, I haven't never really thought about that, but I'm sure it would be the case if you're a guy that thinks you should be the number one too.
Yeah.
And you think you should be the number one,
paid like it
the
too.
primary target on everything. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe just getting different looks when Keenan Allen is out, I guess. But yeah, what's something we could definitely pay attention to.
You know who's incredible to watch is Derwin. He is he lines up everywhere. He is all over the place. And then no one's ever done that to Kelsey before. I would assume in his entire entire career, Kelsey's never been picked up like that.
It was oh man. I mean, Derwin James, so big, so fast. I know we had him on last week?
Yeah.
I mean, and I like seeing this too, because safeties have been devalued. Safeties have been like people look at running backs, inside backers, like they devalue the position. And Derwin James is here to show you, like, yeah, it's a pretty big deal if you have a guy like me. I can help out a lot.
Yeah, when you he's everywhere. He's
Didn't you play safety digs a little bit? No?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did.
Sure.
Yeah,
I know you did. I'm saying, as I look
safety.
into your eyes with a cowboy hat, I'm like, man, I can see you just staring down a quarterback, just intimidating him pre-snap. That's what I saw. I felt that over
You
here.
got to get in their head, Edge. You know that.
Yeah.
You got to disguise. I mean, you got to.
Are you the Harrison Smith of Plum?
1,000%.
With how you disguise
Bob
pre-snap?
Sanders, maybe.
No, yeah,
Bob Sanders. What
probably
a fun
like a
player to watch play football.
mixture of those two, and like Ed Reed and Troy. Probably.
Sure it is.
Okay, why don't you pick a couple? That's it, you sure?
Also
Those
very
guys?
cerebral.
Well, you are
Quite
a Hall of
calculated.
Famer. Hall of Famer in the Pittsburgh High School.
You
Hall
were.
of
You
Fame,
played.
right?
You were there. You played with.
I remember, yeah. Fuck, I grew up watching you, Tony. Yeah, I tried to play like
Go
Tony
Mustangs,
did.
right?
Yeah, are you kidding me? Come on, plug forever.
Man, what about Brandon Staley? You guys still like Brandon Staley?
I thought he called a great game last night.
Back to back.
What about why? I know he said he wants to give his defense a chance to compete. That's why he's not going for every single fourth down.
Yeah,
you believe him?
I mean, absolutely. Khalil Mack is so fun to watch too. Like Tony was talking about Derwin James. You add him, and sometimes when he's lining up like right on the line of scrimmage with Bosa and Khalil Mack, like there were multiple times where it was just fun to watch Khalil Mack dominate whoever he was playing. And then Mahomes is so good that the ball is out by the time he gets there. But still, I feel like that defense with a healthy offense, if Keenan Allen can come back, and obviously everybody stays healthy, like I still think they can go and make a run. The Chiefs are just fucking unbelievable.
Chiefs.
Yeah, dude. Go ahead.
Here's the thing with Staley. He learned, right? He learned a little bit. He was punting the ball. He kicked the field goal. We were all
Yeah, it was
very
very
proud of him
nice.
for that. But there were still a couple situations, especially after the overturned interception, or wasn't ruled an interception, I guess I should say, with Mahomes, where the Chiefs end up scoring. They come back out there. The next two drives, I'm pretty sure the Chargers go 3 and out. And on the second one, they threw the ball 3 straight times. And it's like you got to bleed a little bit of clock there. You can feel the momentum going the other way. You got to try and get something going. You can't just go out there and go 3 and out twice. You can't do it.
Go ahead.
That's why I didn't understand why they were rushing on the goal line. Like they were winning. It's not like they have a bum running back. Like you can hand it to Eckler a couple times if you're really worried, and like you have an athletic quarterback. Like there's so many options you have. I feel like why would you rush? And especially because of the fact that he's like, I look at my guys versus their guys. That's what his reason was last year for going forward so much on fourth down. Like if you're very worried that the look that the defense is giving you isn't going to happen again, and that you guys can't beat a different look that they might run out there. Like, why would you just rush up there? Because that was kind of the difference in the game.
Oh, yeah. How much time was left?
It was in the first quarter, I think 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess, it's something right now you could ask. If you're a coach, that's the thing you sit back and you self-scout. Okay, if this happens again and we get the same look somehow, what will I do?
I think he trusts his defense now. Like last year, they weren't very good on defense, and they don't have, with Samuel and J.C. Jackson and Derwin in the back, and then Mac and Bosa and Drew.
Tranquil is great.
Yeah,
he's awesome. He fucking flies around and hits. Like they don't really have a weakness. It feels like right now on defense. So you might as well trust them.
Yeah, were you surprised when you saw the touchdown to what Watson had on J.C. Jackson? I realized J.C. Jackson was on him. I'm like, oh, okay, dang, what a route this guy threw. And obviously Mahomes, beautiful job stepping up in the pocket, delivering a rocket there. But how is J.C. Jackson? How close to being 100% you think that guy is?
He's got to be pretty close. I want to put him out there on a short week like we were saying yesterday. But I wonder what that whole entire route looked like, because I assume that he wasn't running a post from the get-go because it seemed to be kind of a little scramble drill, and then maybe Watson just
he shook him outside. I think he was working off his leverage. JC had outside leverage, and the Watson. The good part about the route I watched, he starts running, and he looks like he's running like a 7 or something, and bam, breaks it back inside, and Mahomes, see ya.
It was a perfect throw too. It's like JC he got separation, and then JC closed the separation. It wasn't like he was.
He was a fingertip away from. It was still a great catch. But Mahomes was saying, did he see that guy at an open gym or a 7-on-7 camp? Afterwards, at the interview with Amazon on the desk with all the guys, he said something. Oh, I saw him at something. And he told the coach or GM about him.
I saw the tweet. I didn't watch the clip, but it said something like he thought he would be a hard lunch pail, first guy out. Didn't expect him to be that fast.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe J.C. Jackson. Obviously, he underestimated the speed. But I know what a weird group of a unique group of people. The Chiefs just reloading though. Just reload. Here we go. I'm going to spread this thing out. Who doesn't want to come play for us?
I think Connor mentioned it yesterday. Losing Tyreek and Kelsey is still obviously unbelievable. I feel like it almost did kind of force Mahomes to be better. Almost. It's like he can't just garner he still had a couple throws last night where that got away from him, but a lot of their offense I feel like used to be he would just kind of scramble and create, and then you just throw it up to Tyreek, and last year that's why they were kind of having some issues, and he actually has to go through his progressions now and find some of these other guys because you don't have that safety valve and just oh fuck it, Tyreek Hill's down there somewhere.
The scary thing is it might make Patrick Mahomes an even better quarterback because I'm going through all my progressions. I'm not zeroing in on anyone. Obviously, if Kelsey gets a good one-on-one, anyone gets a good matchup, I'll look for it. But going through everything, man, it's scary to think.
That's how Stafford was when Calvin retired. It almost made him better because he just was spreading the ball out everywhere.
Yeah, then the whole field is available now. You can't just cut off half the field or do anything like that when you have one stud. But we're gonna take a quick 5, guys. We have after the break, we're gonna have Ian Rappaport with us. There's all kind of stuff going on. We'll get a lot of injury updates from Ian. I know the Colts, not canceled practice, but they're doing a walkthrough now today for the first time in a while. I know there's all kinds of stuff happening. Jamar Chase has been flicking people off for years. I didn't know.
Apparently,
I love it. You know what? We're gonna really explore all of that here after this. When we talk to Rap, Pat will be here next hour in the 1 o'clock hour. I know there's possibly a surprise coming too. I don't know what that might be. We will make our picks for everything. We will talk about the game. We'll show highlights. But after this, Ian Rappaport, come on back.
Big brain football. Man, I love this. What is it about this spectacular game that we all love? The passing, the running, the hitting, the kicking, the scheming, the drama, the athleticism.
Let's go. Right here, big drop.
I think it's a combination of all of those things, but I believe it all boils down to this. The competition level is fucking awesome.
For the win with 2 seconds left.
a finger can literally be the difference between a W and an L.
What a turn of events!
It's what makes football wildly fun to watch and in turn, wildly fun to bet on, but I digress. The reason I'm doing this segment every week is to hopefully grow the respect for the game and to give love to the players who make all of this shit happen. Not just their skill and their amazing playmaking ability.
What I really like is the finish, man. Not a lot of guys would be able to make that 6 points.
This will be all about respecting these guys' big fucking brains.
Strong like bull. Woo! Smart like tractor.
You're gonna be smart in this game, man.
Coaches usually get all of the credit in this beautiful minds of football space, but I want to shine a light on the players' brains.
Let's go do this thing, baby. Let's go.
Stuff like Mahomes and Kelsey cooking up a last-second drive in one of the best playoff games of all time.
They're playing like that. That seam is open.
That ball go down immediately.
Bills rush 4. Mahomes throws. Kelsey open inside the 40. Breaks a tackle and down.
And stuff like this, all from week 1. How about scary Terry McLaurin recognizing a corner is playing lazy cover 2 technique all game, telling everyone and their mother about it.
Gotta let us run by that dude, bro. This cover 2, bro. They playing it so lazy. They're playing lazy over there all day.
Then, in the 4th quarter, when it matters, Carson Wentz hits Terry behind that lazy cover 2 corner.
Taking a shot down the field. There's McLaurin. Out of the dead. And in.
That's big brain football.
Come on, man. Hey, I've been lazy all day. All day.
How about Sunday night in Dallas? Tom Brady asking Mike Evans, "What you want, babe?" And Evans calling his shot. "Give me the fade."
Yo, Tom said, "What you want?" Tom said, "What you want, babe?" I said, "Fade."
He knows the man across from him and knows how to beat him.
I know how to get him. He tried to do that little stab. Yeah. I slow played. Back out. I slapped him so hard right there at the line. Watch me see him. I slapped it.
That's some beautiful, big brain football.
Hard to beat in the air. Mike Evans.
Which brings us to our main feature this week, Josh Allen. He doesn't just have a big arm. He doesn't just have big cojones. He has a big old brain, too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Up 14 against the world champs, 3rd and 4. He's across the line from a man who called him trash just 4 years ago. Allen knows that particular man peeks and cheats himself, a big brain player trying to gain an advantage, often with eyes more on the quarterback and less on the receivers.
He's thinking you ain't gonna throw a ball deep. So five is literally looking, not even worried about you on the trips.
Allen knows Jalen Ramsey loves sitting on routes, especially on 3rd and 4, the bunny down. So he tells his guy, Mr. Minneapolis Miracle himself, Stephon Diggs, "Hey, dude, don't run the called route. Just go deeper."
Can you take us through the touchdown, just what you saw on that play?
Josh showed me just run.
Allen's hunch that 5 would peak and Diggs could get behind him paid off like a same-game parlay.
Their corners were really looking at the quarterback, and Diggs just ran a heck of a route.
Zone coverage. Jalen Ramsey was trying to read the eyes of Josh Allen and let Diggs go past him, and Josh Allen soars it over Ramsey's head.
The look on Josh's face when he runs up on Ramsey is quite a, "What was that, pal?" moment. I'm sure he's saying something like, "I knew you would do the exact thing you just did, so I told my guy to adjust and we beat your ass." That's not trash, Jalen. That's not a garbage pick. No, that's big brain football.
Look him off and he gonna squat. It was simple. I knew it. It was simple. I said, "All right, go."
I hang my hat on as a player that he got that dog.
The amount of times this stuff happens in an NFL game is straight up wild. I was lucky enough to see it firsthand from the Sheriff and so many other genius teammates. Every week this season, you'll get this feature right here on this show from us and our friends at NFL Films, giving love to the players for their commitment to the game, for their smarts, for their big brain football.
Wasn't no butch. I just got a big brain, bro. I got a big brain. Smart guys who do.
Here we go. Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show. I'm AJ Hawk sitting in for Pat. We're not going to wait around, guys. We have a big time guest who we have on every once in a while.
Yeah, sure.
every couple days or so. But you know what? I'm not going to keep him waiting because this guy gives us all the great info. He has so much injury news, different things going on around the league. He's the NFL Insider, host of, you know what, Rap Sheet? I'm going to read what they have for you. Host of the weekly wrap-up with Rap Sheet and Friends, us being the friends. Works for NFL Network. Then right here, Rap Sheet, says booze bag. I disagree. That's not the case. And golfer. But, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Ian Rappaport.
I thought you did that very well.
Thank you, Ian. I wanted to cross this off. You said you're a booze bag or whatever. I disagree, Ian. That is not the case.
Wow.
Which camera I'm at, Evie? I'm going with the black camera. Sorry, Rap Sheet. We're just doing a little technical stuff going on here. So, Ian, what's going on? I know obviously the game, everything happened last night. What's going on with Justin Herbert? That's on everybody's mind.
Right. I mean, I would say of all the things to come out of last night's game, that's probably the most important and indelible thing, right? Like, is how is Justin Herbert? And we all saw him take a shot to the ribs. We all saw him go down. We all saw him just give the fist bump to Brandon Staley on the sideline, like, I'm good, bro. I'm coming back. And then throw an absolute laser down the field, then a touchdown. So all of that initially was good. He had x-rays last night after the game. It sounded like they were negative, and Brandon Staley says he's okay, which is good. All of this is good. All of this is positive. And it doesn't sound like the kind of thing where they really fear there's some sort of internal injury. The problem is we saw a couple examples last year where a guy got hit in the ribs. He would have x-rays. X-rays were negative. We all report it. And then he would get the CT scan, and they would show tiny breaks and other things that the x-rays did not show. So that's where we are with Herbert. Is x-rays were good, x-rays were negative, but we don't know what the CT scan, which he's getting in a little bit, actually kind of shortly here, we don't know what those are going to show. So I would say mostly the thought is he's okay, but we'll see what these tests show up in a couple hours.
Okay, obviously he was in a ton of pain and was able to fight through it. The other guy that went down, part of the reason why he could be in some pain, Cory Linsley, the center, went down stud for this Chargers team. Any update on him?
Yeah, so Cory Linsley's been battling a little bit of a knee thing, and it sounds to me more like tendonitis than kind of like something that he tore or sprained during the game. He's actually been dealing with this thing off and on for a little while now, so it didn't seem to me to be too alarming. And obviously, you would have loved to have him in the game last night. He is a very good player, and I think at that point when Herbert got hurt, I think they were missing 2 offensive linemen. But I think Linsley is going to end up being okay, and the fact that they have 4 extra days to get ready for a game seems like a million. So I think by the next time we see him on the field, they're going to be all right.
Is there anybody else that we don't know about that might be banged up and be in question?
For the Chargers, Trey Pipkins is another one. We'll see about his status. And then for the Chiefs, there was McCole Hardman had a little bit of an ankle, but he ended up coming back in the game, so he's okay. And then Watson has a shoulder, but I didn't get the sense that was too serious either. So I think, assuming Herbert ends up okay or as a pain tolerance issue, I think last night will end up being fine injury-wise.
Boston Connor?
Yeah, Rapshi, the Patriots had a bunch of injuries last week with Adrian Phillips and Kyle Duggar. Are they playing? And also, did Mac just have a tummy ache yesterday? And is he good to go for Sunday? And what's the status with his back?
Okay, so first on the Patriots injury, guys, I have not gotten firm word on their status. I don't think anything sounded too serious. We'll probably know that as we get on throughout the day. With Mac Jones, he is in the building today.
Hell yeah.
I don't think he had a tummy ache. He seemed to be having was before COVID what we would call sick. Didn't feel well, flu-like, just feeling like crap, sick. And I don't know if it was tummy or I don't know which way the stuff was going. That's sort of beyond my pay grade. Nor do I want to know, if we're being honest. But I think he's feeling better. My guess is we'll see him out there in some form or fashion today, and he's going to want to be out there for the game. Now, how safe they can keep him during the game, the offensive line can be a little more secure and avoid the sort of free runners that they allowed last Sunday. That's maybe more important, but I think Mac is going to end up okay.
Anything with those back spasms? Are those something that will creep up again or what?
He got hit basically right in the back.
Got high-low.
There was actually 2 plays he really got drilled. One was He kind of got hit high-low, which I believe was the injury that he sustained the injury on. I think he's going to end up being okay. It was interesting because if you get significant back pain, everyone thinks the worst. So I would say last Sunday night, coming back from the game, the initial thought is like, okay, this actually might be really bad. And then he probably felt better by the time he landed and was like, okay, it's just back spasms. But I think he'll be okay, but probably something to watch for.
Ty?
Rap Sheet, we don't have to do the whole song and dance about Bakhtiari and whether or not he's going to play on Sunday. Packers fans will be happy and relieved whenever he comes back. But Elton Jenkins, I think he's practiced every day this week, and Lazard are both on track to play on Sunday night against the Bears. Yes or no? What are you hearing?
So let's just say I'll give a real quick answer on Bakhtiari, right? Really quick.
Go ahead.
My understanding was if he's not perfect this week, then we will see him week 3. Yep. That has sounded more to me like the realistic target. I think for both Jenkins and Bakhtiari, that was the thought. It's possible that Jenkins is doing a little better than they anticipated, so maybe we see him this week. But my understanding was week 3 for both those guys, they should be good to go.
Ian, did you see the clip of him limping at practice from was it yesterday?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I saw the video. Here's what I don't know, right? When you have an injury, I mean, AJ, you know this better than me. When you have an injury, a serious one, there's a possibility that you might be able to play, but it might not feel the same and it might not look the same, right? Like, let's say Michael Thomas is a good example, right? Looked great the other day, coming back from multiple surgeries on his ankle. Is his ankle going to be the same? Like, no. He had 2 surgeries on it. It's going to always feel different, but he can still be the same player. He just might look different. That might be where Bakhtiari is. Like, I don't think. I mean, you're seeing it right here. Look, that's pretty ginger, right?
Yeah, like that seems real. That seems like you're not going to be able to be anywhere near the same player if that's what's going on in between reps.
Right, but what we don't know is does the knee, which had multiple surgeries, just function differently? And I would also say this: like he definitely knows better than we do. The fact that he's out there doing team drills today is a very good sign for him. I'd say Lazard is heading in the right direction too.
So Bakhtiari is doing team drills today, Friday?
That's what it sounded like. Yes.
Okay, nice. That's good. Okay, that's good to know. Tone Diggs, what's up?
Ian, let's talk running backs. Kamara, McCaffrey, and DeAndre Swift didn't practice yesterday. I know DeAndre Swift said he was going to play. Like, how do you feel about those 3 guys?
Okay, Swift was practicing today. So that sounds more like kind of like ankle, but pain management more. So the fact that he's practicing today, a Friday before a Sunday, I would say that's a very good sign. McCaffrey is going to be fine. I think what you'll see this year is you'll see McCaffrey take more days off than we've seen him, which I would greatly encourage because it feels like finally he's at the point where he doesn't feel like he needs to take every rep and he can just be in it for the long haul. That's pretty good. Kamara, so he's got a rib thing, and he practiced Wednesday and didn't go Thursday. We'll see if he's practicing today. My sense was it was not major, and I don't sense any like major alarm. But if he's practicing today, then we should be good to go.
Ian, the Colts canceled practice, and they're doing a walkthrough today. What is that about?
That is, I would say,
they banged up pretty bad.
It's not alarming, but it was noteworthy because it is early to be like that.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, it sounds like Mac Jones is at practice, by the way.
Fuck yeah!
That was
awesome.
God. I felt that. I really felt
passionate.
QB1.
A lot of passion. So what? The Colts just banged up all over the place, or what?
Yeah, they're banged up all over the place, and it's just, you can play and you can be all right if you have multiple injuries, and everyone gets to a point where at some point where they're like, we just have too many things. It's just really early for that. And the Colts came out and kind of looked, they ended up tying, but I would say did not look fantastic last week. It's just definitely something to watch as far as like how well do they respond and are they able
What about Shaq Leonard? Any update on him?
Practiced fully yesterday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This is one where it seems like he's headed in the proper direction. If he's able to go full today, then I think we'll probably see him on Sunday, which you guys know how dynamic he is. That would be that would be helpful.
That's good for everybody. Connor, you got something?
Yeah, Rap Sheet, we don't want to give any, fuel to the rumor fire, but Giselle just did an interview, and it was kind of revealing about some of her thoughts maybe about the whole entire thing. Yeah, is there anything you're hearing that might actually be a big reason with Tom and the 11 days missed, or no?
So I read the interview. It was fascinating. And Giselle is, we in the football world haven't really seen her a ton.
No.
She speaks her mind whenever she speaks. She doesn't do a lot of interviews, but when she does, she's real honest. And in that interview, she basically said what, for better or worse, usually worse, I think wives of husbands who have like very stressful jobs say, which I wish he was more present. Have I heard my wife say the same thing? I don't know. I'm not saying I'm like Tom Brady.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Tom Brady insider.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
That sounded very familiar. Yes, I would say that did have something to do with the 11-day break. She wants him there. And, there was a reason why I discussed in week 1 that it's likely going to be the last year for Brady, because I think as a family, and Brady seems to be on the same page with this, this is it. I mean, this is a good time to walk away. He's 45. I think the family wants him back. It seems he's on the same page. And when Giselle speaks, I think everybody listens.
Ian, what if you say she's pretty open? Have you tried reaching out to her? You should do like a full sit down with her. That'd be a big scoop.
Like Oprah.
Yeah, I would say probably not. I don't.
Why not?
I don't know.
Come on,
I'm not Vogue.
Not a hit piece or anything.
I'm not the right venue.
Really?
What? You're cutting
I'm more
yourself
of a
short.
Tom Brady instead of a Giselle Bundchen.
You're dynamic, dude.
You need a package deal. You could do it together.
Maybe there you go.
Have they ever done a sit down together?
No. There's always
somebody's angling.
You're the guy that could get that, Ian.
in the
You could
arena.
do that. You can make it happen.
They did the funny Instagram thing where it pops up like, hey, is this you or your partner? And they have their eyes closed and they're pointing at each other laughing.
That was
they
sweet.
did that.
I'm unaware of it. I just noticed that he's in his underwear and she's commenting on his dong for the underwear, right? It says, hey, buy that underwear, right?
Yeah, that was sweet.
That's all I've seen. I haven't seen the other
Seems like
thing.
they were having a great time.
Diggs, you have one more, I thought.
That ad was a little much, I have to be honest.
Whoa.
Never
It's
get marketing. Don't worry about it.
Ian, none of the Bucs wide receivers practice. Is that correct? Is Julio? Is he hurt again? What's going on down in Tampa?
Lenny.
Tampa's got some injuries, and I would say it's more banged up as opposed to like actually injured.
Already.
Godwin probably doesn't play this week because he's got the hamstring. I didn't get the sense that any of the others were major.
Okay.
And I'll tell you one thing, not to make this about myself, but let's just make this about myself. I was tweeting last week about how Julio had the fastest miles per hour reading of any Bucs player in preseason, and I was told that from a good source, but I didn't have the reading in my hand. I was a little nervous when I reported that. To see him go out there, oh my God.
This guy is a baboon.
Absolute menace. Keep it going, Ian. What was that again? You're saying something
That
about Julio?
remote's dead.
What was that? Get the remote out from the water, AJ.
Who are we talking about?
Be
professional, guys. You guys are hooligans.
Fishbowl over there is pretty great.
That's a joke over here. Yeah.
I would say Julio looking as fast as he did was really interesting because if he's going to be like the game breaker Julio Jones that he was like 3 years ago, that does a lot of things to the Bucs offense that maybe like, and that makes him even more dangerous. And Dennis Allen has always had their number, so this week will be really interesting to see what they can do. But that'll be kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. Touch Mitt.
Rap sheet. Basically, we've heard that Dak's going to be out probably 6 to 8 weeks, more than likely 8. But then Jerry said, no, he'll be back in 4 weeks playing football. And then I think it was today, Mike McCarthy basically just threw Kellen Moore under the bus. Are things crumbling in Dallas? What's going on down there?
So I read the quote from Mike McCarthy on Kellen Moore. AJ actually ruined the fish tank. That's great.
Yeah, he's a prick.
I assume you do have a fish tank. But anyway, we got the baseball day. Anyway,
Babe Ruth signed baseball.
I saw the quote from Mike McCarthy, and I was like, oh, boy. And then I watched the video, and it didn't seem like he was throwing Kellen Moore under the bus. What it seemed like he was doing was saying he's had the opportunity to have great players and be aggressive. Now, with Dak out, he might need to pull back and be a little more conservative and kind of manage it that way. So Kellen needs to be smarter. That was my sense, and I think he's right about that.
Ian, is it possible he's angling to take over play calling duties eventually?
Ooh. I would be surprised about that because mostly in the organization, Kellen Moore is held in very, very high regard. Yeah. So I think, his play calling prowess, like that's a lot of reason why the Cowboys like him and have wanted him to be OC and have kept pumping him up and promoting him and pumping him up. I'd be really surprised about that. And I think with McCarthy, I think he wants to be the head coach of the whole team, not just the head coach of the offense. And when you're the play caller, you basically are just the head coach of the offense. And then as far as Dak goes, I think a lot of people sort of roll their eyes a little bit when Jerry Jones gives medical stuff. I do get the sense that this is right. I don't know if it's going to be within 4 weeks, but the news out of the surgery was really positive. Clean break. It was probably a little bit less than they thought. So it's not just that he's going to make a full recovery. It's that maybe you're talking there's a possibility that he can be ready around or a little after 4 weeks now, which is way better than it seemed right when he had the injury.
Ian, is there anybody that has done this before and had the surgery and come back in 4 to 6 weeks? Do we know? Can we point to anything?
So Russell Wilson didn't have a thumb thing, but he had a similar break last year and came back. I think it was
in his index finger, though.
Mallet finger, yeah.
I think it was his
pointer. This little guy.
Was it his pointer? Wasn't
it this guy? I remember him trying to grip the ball. I feel like it was his pointer or his middle finger.
I think it was his middle
He would never
finger.
hold his middle finger up.
Exactly.
No. Okay.
Why
are you laughing?
No, it's just I always think of the people who you break your middle finger and then you're driving around and everyone thinks you're giving them the finger.
Yeah, happens all the time.
I do that trick all the time. I just tape my middle finger up. It's broken. Sorry. Just kidding.
There's not a lot of precedent for this. I think Breeze tore ligaments in his thumb and was back at 6 weeks.
Beast.
But a thumb break for a quarterback being back in 4 weeks, off the top of my head, I cannot think of any.
Last thing here, quick. Boston Connor.
Yeah, speaking of Russ Rap Sheet, at what year in the last 5 years did you know that Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson hated each other's guts, and how did you keep it,
what's
under
happening
wraps?
there?
I've
known for some time that all was not well.
Is it this bad, though, Ian? It feels like, okay, it's everybody. It's matriculated through the whole franchise. It just seems like it's a lot bigger deal than we thought.
I mean, what was interesting to me was, Russ comes back to Seattle, and they invite all these Legion of Boom guys there who, maybe weren't, the greatest fans of Russ. Possibly. I don't know. That's what Pete Carroll seemed to insinuate. And they're all there for his return game. And then Carroll goes on the radio, and he's asked, why was this, meaningful? And he goes, well, you figure it out. And I'm like, I think we just did.
Big opportunity.
Yeah.
Right?
For the legends.
So, I've known for a little bit that all was not well there. And the fact that so that's why when they traded him, it's never just about football, but I think when they traded him, it was the right time because it was a point where both sides were like, you know what? We are good. We'll go this way, you go that way. We'll figure it out. And the fact that Seattle maybe didn't look so terrible, Geno Smith actually played pretty well, makes it all even more interesting.
Ian, I actually brought this up yesterday. Is it possible that people in Denver are like, man, are we worried that it's going to happen here? Yeah. Is he going to wear out his welcome in Denver?
I don't think so because first of all, it sounds like his outlook there has been really good. Whatever frustration he had in Seattle, he likes Hackett. It seems like in the offense, Russ has had a pretty good, pretty good say in things. He's kind of helped put this thing together in collaboration with Hackett. So I think they're in a good place. They're on the same page. And, in Seattle, it went from Russ being mid-rounder, young, to rising to being a megastar, to almost being part of the management in kind of a weird way, which I know is some of the older defensive guys, that's kind of how they thought of him. In Seattle, in Denver, he's already arrived. He is what he is by now.
Dog.
So I don't think you get the personal feelings of why is Russ treating me like this?
Yeah.
He used to be my boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Con Man brought up a very similar point yesterday. Last thing, Ty Schmidt has something for you.
Yeah, Rap Sheet. With J.K. Dobbins, he practiced all week. It didn't go last week. After he dunked on your ass, and then you kind of said, oh, we'll see. Do you know anything? Is J.K. Dobbins playing this week, or are you kind of persona non grata now with that situation?
Vindicated.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say vindicated.
Yeah, you knew.
I thought you would.
You knew before he even did.
Yeah, I know. Which is okay. I mean, this is
I love it.
Part of the thing, and I don't want to talk too much of this, but like players are not always great sources on their own injuries because they feel like they can always go. Yeah. Whereas the team has to be like, this is a 17-game season. You're really important. We're not going to put you out there until you're ready. He's been a full participant every day this week. Usually that means a guy goes. We'll hear from Harbaugh today, but I would say there's definitely some optimism. And yeah, I think we could see his debut out there on Sunday.
Awesome. Yeah. Ian, thank you so much. We'll be watching your Twitter account to see if there's any updates about Justin Herbert, Cory Linsley, anything else going on around the league. So Ian, thank you very much. Ian Rappaport, everybody. All right, we don't need to go to a break, right? Obviously, this is YouTube.
Yeah, hey, you're good, pal.
We could go to a break, but when are we gonna have Pat jump on here? When are we gonna pot him up?
I think about
1 o'clock. We might pot him up.
Yeah, sounds like Zito's got inside information.
Yeah, go to break maybe.
I will maybe in a second, Con, man. I had a few more questions for you before we go to break.
Of course.
You know that.
No, yeah.
What were you talking about, Giselle? You always want to talk about people's family life, their personal life. Just let it. Can we just keep it on the field?
Well, I'm just worried, okay? Because
who you
obviously,
worried about? Giselle, the family, or Tom?
I love the NFL, and I'm a Players fan. I love the Shield as well, but I worry about the family. I know kids from broken homes, and I know it doesn't go over so well all the time. Okay, and I don't want that to happen to Jack and Vivi and everybody else over there. So
what about the third kid?
Bridget Monahan's kid.
Whatever, Tom. It's his kid.
His name escapes me. His name escapes me right now, I will say. But, I am worried. Maybe it is Jack. I forget. I am worried about the family, okay? And I want to know on Sunday, should I bet on the Bucs? Or is Tom maybe dealing with some stuff at home? It worked week 1, but they weren't, in Tampa. Now that they have their home opener, is he going to be worried about, hey, I'm missing a family barbecue? Or are the family and Giselle and, Tom Sr. and Tom's family going to be in the suite?
They barbecuing in the suite.
Barbecuing in the suite, yes. So is he going to be missing something at home? Or is he going to be able to look up, maybe do like a Russ kiss to his family like Russ does to the Lord, and then, go out there and ball?
Okay. Tone, what do you think about that situation?
I think it's
Conman's too close to it because he was such a diehard Brady fan and Patriots fan for the last 30 years, 26 years, however old you are now.
That feels like a decade ago that Tom was
So you're
on
saying,
the
are you
Patriots.
still a big Tom fan or not? Once he leaves the Patriots, boom. See ya.
Not on the Patriots. Don't give a damn
Don't
about
you
it.
respect Seattle? Okay. The fans in Seattle, do they know the strife going on and that's why they were so comfortable booing Russell so much? Or were they just booing him because, hey, you wanted out of here, we loved you, now we can't love you anymore?
A little bit of both, maybe?
Forced his way out.
If they would have known, if all the fans knew what it seems like everyone internally knew before the game, they would have booed him a lot louder, it seems like, right? Like after the game, now all this stuff coming out, I'm like, man, you guys really had a big thing going on where you guys didn't like each other.
I think if you are a respectable fan group, if the player is not on your team, you boom.
Boom. Yeah. I agree. And then eventually, you come back, retires, number, whatever they do, boom.
Yeah.
That happened with Favre. I mean, I played with 2 years with Favre.
Well,
he went to Minnesota.
He won the division, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was not good. In Green Bay and Favre, like people, their relationship was not great. And then he came back, number retired, everything, name in the stadium. Like, time heals all.
Yeah,
you know that.
I think it's also a lot easier when you have a guy like that who maybe isn't that relatable to begin with. When he does leave, even if you did love him, it's very easy to be like, you know what? Fuck this son of a bitch. I hated this guy all along, which I'm sure a lot of people did.
Yeah, and they couldn't. Yeah, when Favre was playing, people loved the gunslinger.
Yeah,
all that
exactly.
Stuff. You're right.
And Favre won in the division, but he couldn't even spell Vikings. So
but he took him to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He's going through it right now, huh?
In his brain, he could have been in the AFC.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. Yeah, he might have not known they were in the same division.
Yeah.
Why are we playing the Vikings?
It sounded like when he went to the Jets. It sounded like when he went to the Jets, trying to learn that different offense was all like he was not having it. Like had the terminology, all this stuff. It sounded like that would have been a fun year to be there. I should ask Mangold sometime. Nick was the center.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome because I imagine he just. Hey, we're doing my stuff. Don't even worry about it. We're doing my stuff.
He's Brett Favre, and you're going to try to install a new offense and all new terminology?
I've seen Mangold doing morning shows.
He is doing morning shows. I see that. So next Sunday, Nick's going into the Ring of Honor for the Jets. I'm going to the game. Yeah, he invited me.
Nice.
I'm going to fly in there Sunday morning and go to the game with him, and he has a little thing. I can't wait.
Jersey?
Awesome. What's that?
You staying there?
I'll stay there that night and fly home early Monday morning,
Jersey?
Boozed up.
I mean, Nick lives in Jersey, I believe.
Nice.
I'm not staying with him in his house.
Where are you staying?
Why not?
Because he has 4 kids. He has family that might be staying there.
Where are you staying?
We did 4 straight years. We did share a room. We didn't sleep together. We shared a room, Tone. Big difference.
Bunk beds.
What do you sleep head to foot? Maybe we could, right? In one of those tiny.
I'm just saying, wouldn't it be fun to like relive those days?
Yeah.
Was he there last? Was he there last week?
Oh, he was
State.
out of town
2
actually. I
weeks
got a
ago.
whole family deal. So he wasn't there at Ohio State. So I will see him and get to go to the Jets game. I don't know who they playing.
I don't know, but that sucks. You got to go to the Jets.
Next Sunday?
I don't know if
The Ring of Honor will be the highlight of the day.
Sweet. Yeah,
without
of
a doubt.
course.
Hopefully.
It should be fun. But we're gonna take a quick 5. After this, we should have Pat coming on from Boone, North Carolina, as Al
that's
Michaels
right.
was so excited to talk about last night on the broadcast. We're gonna take a quick 4.5, maybe 5. We'll see you after that.
Dear Coach Freeman, I hope this letter finds you well. Although if I had to guess, it probably won't, because that was one of the most embarrassing defeats Notre Dame has faced in my lifetime. I mean, for Christ's sake, was Chad Pennington playing? Was Randy Moss playing? Was Matthew McConaughey coaching? No, they weren't. It was a bunch of guys we've never fucking heard of, and you still couldn't get it done. Now listen, you're 0-3 to start, which isn't the end of the world. But everyone in the Notre Dame community, they're fucking done with you, okay? I'm not done with you yet. I have a lot of faith in what you can do with those boys. But let me tell you right now, if you lose next week to California, I might be fucking done with you. I hate to say it, but Joe Montana is not walking back through that door, and neither is Jeff Samardzija. Your quarterback's hurt, so you're going to have to find somebody else. I've noticed that you haven't reached out to old Coach Lou to come in and either do the fucking newspaper trick or to do the bumblebee speech. Let me remind you, the previous guy never asked me to do that kind of stuff either. And look what fucking happened to him.
I don't think it has anything to do with winning.
I'll leave you with this. If I need to come in to Notre Dame Stadium, get a megaphone, and start singing cheer for on Notre Dame, wake up, DJ, go singing her name, I'll sing the whole goddamn fight song and get the boys going. Because like I said, if you start losing more consistently, you're going to be fucking deader than a doornail. I love you, I'm available, and please write back. With love, Coach Lou Holtz.
Steven in Nashville enough. What's going on, Steven?
Hey, y'all. Pat, you guys can hear me?
This is the worst call we've ever had, Steven.
My God. So mean.
Steven.
Hello?
Steven,
Yeah.
it's the worst call we've ever had. So much dead air there.
Yo, Pat, can you hear me?
Yeah, keep it going.
Hello?
Know what you say?
I was going to hit him again.
What?
Yo, Pat.
No,
Pat? Pat. Hey, Pat, can you hear me?
Steven does not deserve this. Steven, what's going on, dude? How's going on, Steven?
Sorry, your phone would chop.
Yo, Pat McAfee, can you hear me?
Steven! Steven, you there?
Pat, can you hear me? Hello?
Is it a cup and a string? Steven!
Yo, Pat. Pat, can you hear me? Hello?
Steve!
Pat!
Hey, there you are. Hey, what's
Hello?
going on, Steve? Hey, Steven, sorry about that. I think we're having connection issues. What's going on, man?
Hey, sorry, man. I didn't know if that was me or if you were trying to talk to another guy. And then I didn't hear you guys.
Steve!
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, we lost him again, I think. Shit.
Pat!
Can you?
No.
Pat, can you hear me?
Steve, there you are, Steve.
Pat!
Steve.
Pat!
Hey.
Pat!
Steve.
Oh,
Steve.
Are you guys messing around? Can you guys hear me?
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Here we go, Friday, September 16th. Feel Good Friday. Chiefs have a big win over the Chargers last night. First ever on Amazon Prime Video. Football! Okay, we're getting a little better.
Yeah.
We're not perfect.
Nailed it.
We're not perfect yet. Ty, I told you last week we're going to get better. I want to be better at that, but who cares? We're going to move on because we have a big guy who will be sitting here waiting to join us. So I don't know where he is. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening down there in Boone, North Carolina. I don't know where exactly his location may be, if he's on the game day set, if he's not on the game day set. But Zeke, if we can pod this guy up, let's see if we can go down to Boone, North Carolina and see where Mr. Pat McAfee is.
Yeah! Team, can you hear me?
Sounds great.
Yes.
Man, this crew here at ESPN is truly fantastic. I was supposed to walk out here and sit here probably like 20 minutes ago, but the incredible fans here at App State, 3,300 feet above sea level, by the way, I'm learning. We are up in the mountains a little bit here in App State. They're incredible. They showed up too. So I just met a bunch of Appalachian State mountaineers that go to school here, learned some things about this place. Did you know that there's a solar car that was created here by some students named ROSE, which stands for Racing on Solar Energy?
Wow.
Won some goddamn award, beat a bunch of nerds from Stanford, MIT, right here in App State. So I feel like I've learned a lot. I've got to experience a lot. And this place is, from what I heard, is going to be bananas tomorrow. Much like that game last night, AJ. I mean, that game last night on Amazon Prime, I enjoyed the hell out of it, but they didn't run a goddamn yard. Nope. AJ, they didn't leave the pocket. They didn't cross the line of scrimmage at all, AJ.
Yeah, no, I had a feeling that was going to upset some people here in the office. I knew that might be the case, and obviously Herbert, his whole situation. What do you think he has? That's a sweet shirt. So that's for App State,
That's
for the
awesome.
brand shirt with
great.
an A as App State, right?
Yeah, the equipment manager for Olympic sports here at App State. So there is Olympic sports, there's ball sports, I think there's other sports.
Nice.
The Olympic sport equipment manager came alongside Willie, Tim, and Spencer. They showed up with this bad boy. Yeah, and they put the App State Mountaineers thing as the A for the brand. Genius.
Like yeah.
Cut sleeves off for me. I didn't even have to cut sleeves off. If you do recall, in Texas last week, I got a couple T-shirts. As soon as it was gifted to me, I said, is there any scissors? And they thought I was going to cut off like the tag. I right into those sleeves. And I felt like, it wasn't until later, I was like, oh, they probably thought that was disrespectful. But nonetheless, it's been awesome here. But last night, they didn't run at all, AJ. I mean, we had 30-some thousand people riding with us. That thing at plus 1,300 something. That would have been great. That would have been great, AJ. That would have been a great start to the weekend. That game didn't go. I mean, the Chiefs is the Chiefs. We got to remember that now. We got to remember that, AJ.
Chargers should have won. We know that. The Chiefs are the Chiefs, and they do it. Like, that's why they're so good. They can find a way to win those games. But still, man, like, how many opportunities did the Chargers have?
This is the same thing with Denver, right? And like, we have to remember this when we go into the next game, like of picking, especially what we're going to do today. Like, what teams were actually, clean up a couple oopsies, actually win the game. Like, we have to remember that whenever we're picking games going forward, because we're so early in the season. I feel like we're trying to make a judgment off of teams, and I don't think the scoreboard is necessarily what can tell the entire story. Now, is Justin Herbert, it was a broken rib? Is that what they're saying it was?
They haven't said anything, but it sounded like what Rap Sheet said is that it's not anything serious. So I don't know
X-ray's
if it's
negative, yeah.
So they're
CT
waiting
scan
on-
coming,
yeah.
so it could be something else, I guess, but I don't know what else.
Like a spleen? What?
Like he compared it to the Tua situation where they did the X-ray and it was negative, but then later on when they do the CT scan, there's like fracture or something.
So, yeah, there might be like a hairline fracture or a smaller fracture or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
I've never had a broken rib. Have you, AJ? Have you had a broken rib?
I have not.
Me neither. I wonder what could come and burst, though, because that's probably what's happening, right?
Yeah.
That's why one play he can't throw the ball, then the next play he throws a dart to somebody. I think, or maybe it's just because it's fourth down, he just
It's
has
got to
enough
just
energy.
stab him. I would imagine at times it's just like it's one of those things where, as Forrest Gump, it just jumped up and bit him when he got shot in the butt. It's like it just jumps and stabs him at random times. I feel like.
In the buttocks, it's,
Which Al say that last night with I think Mike Williams. Oh, we got his right foot and his right buttock.
Yep.
It was awesome. Al's the man. Al mentioned Boone, North Carolina last night. Do you hear him?
Yeah, how could you not with Herbie on the flight over here? He got in, I guess, like 2 a.m., drove through the mountains, had a nice rest, came into this meeting with a lot of energy, ton of energy. Still had the sunglasses tan on the side of his head that we all saw last night in 90K on Amazon. And I think let's dive into that, the broadcast. Now,
yes.
Congrats to the Chiefs. Big win.
Yeah. Huge win. Go Chiefs.
Love the Chiefs. Love Chiefs. Love everything about them. Love that Patrick Mahomes threw to 45 different people, AJ. Okay?
He said
You're
he would,
on the
man.
roster.
He told us he would.
He absolutely did. I love everything about it. Watching that game, though, in that prime vision, where it looked like a video game almost with the names over everybody's head and then the routes, that is going to be very beneficial for a lot of people.
That's how
Touchdowns.
I watched the whole second half that way. I didn't know if I would like it or not. I was saying maybe I was just in the right mood. I loved it. I'll watch all Thursday games on that.
Yeah, me too, I think. And this is going to be something that every other network is going to be able to do now, because I think Prime, right, and we had good conversations with Prime, ultimately didn't end up with a deal. Wasn't for any of the coverage or Thursday night stuff. It would have been a much larger deal of that over the whole, the operation of the show and everything. But getting a chance to chat with them as they're building how they're going to go about doing what they do in a brand new era, right? And I think they were very cognizant of, we can't be too different because we don't want people's first reaction to be like, oh, I hate this. So they had to keep things similar while doing things different. And they wanted to allow themselves opportunity to test out other stuff, right? So that's why Dude Perfect was doing what Dude Perfect was doing last night.
Sure.
And then that Prime Vision, we had heard about this from them going into the season. They talked about it. And as gamblers, as champion gamblers who do anytime touchdown scores, that's a good thing to have, especially if it's on a Horvath or, somebody we've never heard of before. Not that we haven't heard of him. A great touchdown last night, but first touchdown scorer. That had to be 7,500 or more for that guy. But I think it was genius, man. And
it held up though. It didn't crash. I didn't hear a ton of people saying it crashed or anything. Did you?
That's a very yuppie. Wow, you do what we get it, AJ. You're successful. Way to go.
Because I have decent internet, you're saying?
Yeah, that was the big takeaway from last night.
I don't have good internet though. You know that.
But you do. Okay.
At the new house.
Because if you went through the internet last night, when I said, I forget what the tweet was exactly worded, but how's the Prime experience going for you? And it's got over 2,000 answers, right? Which is a lot.
Okay.
That's a lot of people answering.
Yeah.
I assume the numbers are going to be a lot better than they thought it was going to be, because having to go to a new platform, potentially going to take people off of there. But I said, how's the Prime experience going for you? The only negative was, people talking about the audio not being in sync with the video.
Yeah, that didn't crash, though. It didn't crash, I'm saying. The audio's out of sync, yeah.
No. But glitchy in other places. I think all of those are into one pot of your internet. So those who have great internet, I think, had an incredible experience last night. Those who don't necessarily have the greatest of internet, because for whatever reason, whether they're in an area that doesn't have great internet, which is still in 2022 something that happens, or they can't afford the fucking overpriced everything at this particular time in their life, although they will be at some point because they're working their ass off. I think those were the people that had a negative experience. If from my tweet, my focus group that I heard from, that was really the biggest negative, I think. I thought the graphics were sick. I thought it looked good. I thought it looked like the future. I thought they were on the field before the second half kickoff, and they had the wraparound graphics, and it literally looked like it was on the top bowl. Like it was.
Yep.
I thought it was a very good experience. If you had great internet, you loved it. The people that hated it, I think, were the people that don't have great internet. And by the way, when our internet stops, I feel like I'm Amish. So I can understand why you're pissed off.
Well, it could be a play from Amazon or, say, Big Internet to try to make everybody upgrade their internet speed now, right? Is that what's going on?
You're saying they're keeping the back row. Comcast, who owns every single piece of internet basically in America, is like, hey, you know, people that are choosing to kind of go.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
What's up?
What's going
Someone
on
throw
over there?
something?
There's a drum line going. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Can you
Can't
hear it?
I can't hear anything.
Pretty good rhythm here. These kids picked the right thing to do. I can see the Nick Cannon drumstick twist happening.
That's awesome.
I think there's a band assembling back here.
Okay.
Angle your mic towards them or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That mic's unbelievable. It's not picking up anything aside from your voice.
Wow, it really is. It's not picking up any of that in my ears.
They're screaming, yeah, right now, and then there's a drum line. If you can't hear any of it, I will try to mimic it.
Damn.
And there's cheerleaders here. There's cheerleaders here. There's cheerleaders here.
Here we go. See the pom
The whole
poms.
thing.
You got to get up and start, like, be like you're the
mimic
lead guy.
What do you think I should do?
Orchestrate.
Do the hands.
Did you say mimic guy?
Like a maestro.
Okay.
Yeah, there it
Now
is.
that's more like a DJ.
Yeah, Avicii.
Yeah.
Well, isn't a DJ pretty much the same thing as a maestro?
No,
Pretty much.
You got to do
Kinda.
the hand thing. You got to like instruct them.
Conductor, you mean?
No, because
I've seen Shaq Diesel in front of a crowd orchestrating maestroing.
yeah, they're orchestrating the crowd. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they're doing a cheer. Hold on, they're doing a cheer.
Here
over
we go. Here we go. Can you guys hear anything?
No, not a thing. Turn it up, ESPN
I only got
people.
one ear.
It's the greatest mic of all time.
Turn the gain up, ESPN.
Come on, Bear.
Turn it up, Bear.
Hey, it's really starting to
It's
go
like it's
right
on
now.
mute. How can you not hear
It's
anything?
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
You
That's the
can't hear a
craziest
thing
microphone of all
except
time.
when you speak into
Is this a
it.
magic trick?
But I will make them not say it. Thank you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Sounded good. Sounded
yeah.
good.
Hey, Roneers. Hey, Roneers.
Atmosphere feels like it's going to be awesome down there.
Yeah. Hey, I saw them like stop the bus. Did they tip that bus over when the game day bus pulled into town? That was awesome.
I didn't get a chance to do a follow-up because... Did you hear the horns?
No, can't hear anything but your voice. Except
That
for
is
your
the greatest
voice.
mic of all time.
Yeah. Too good of a setup by ESPN.
Jeez, it only picks up like 1 inch in front of the mic?
Yeah.
Zito, I'm calling you. I'm calling you right now.
All right.
Oh, you're going to play it through there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
This is awesome.
I mean, it looks like they're going bananas. Look at
does.
those pom-poms.
Hey, how long until Bezos is the guest picker? I
did talk to Herbie about his relationship with Bezos.
Yeah, what'd he say?
He said he would just like, please keep that off air tomorrow, all right? No reason.
So it's a good relationship. Good.
You guys can't hear anything, but I'm going to hold this microphone this way just so these people that showed up to do this, surprising me, feel like they did it for a good reason.
Yep,
Yeah,
makes
thank
sense.
you.
Makes
Tell
sense.
him thank you.
Sound awesome.
Man, this is awesome.
This is unbelievable.
This
I can't
place
hear
is
one.
awesome.
I can't hear anything.
Beautiful campus.
The drum line's kind of over in a grassy knoll area over here.
I see Al, the App State.
That's Yosef.
Calling you right back, Pat.
Excuse me.
Have some
Yosef.
respect for Yosef, dude.
I thought it was Al.
Hey, you going to a saloon tonight?
No, I got to study, AJ. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah. Not everything's a joke, AJ.
My bad.
Fun and games.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Now we got it. So that's through the phone?
Yeah.
Good one. Roll near. See if they can play some of the hits.
They're going crazy.
Billie Jean, play something.
Flight of the Bumblebee?
Hey, how pumped is that campus?
It feels pretty alive, AJ. You know, can you hear them or no?
Yeah, we can hear them now. Tell them to play all summer long.
What if they did? Then you know they're a fan of the program. Wow.
That sounded great.
The mascot's awesome.
Al?
Yeah, it's Yosef. He's got blue eyes.
Oh.
Blue eyes, big fucking beard.
Huge.
Huge blue.
Oh, they're back.
Oh.
Here we go, doing it again.
Levels.
Hold on. We got some. Hey, we can't hear you.
Hold. You can't get that point across and tell them we can't hear them right now?
Dude, that'd be so rude. These people are probably skipping new. It is.
It's awesome. It adds to the atmosphere for you.
Everyone should sip glass.
It's not for me. I think they've been here since yesterday. We saw that with the bus. Back to your point, it feels electric around here.
Hey, do you do any like hits today or anything?
This one right here. This is where they do it from.
Okay.
Oh, the people that are on Sports Center all day and you can't hear a word they're saying.
Nothing.
No, not a word.
Nothing.
Zito, call me back. We should just keep this open in the back.
It's an all-time mic.
Joseph's going bananas out here.
I wish you could see Yosef. I want to see what this guy looks like.
I saw the top of his head.
Hold on. Hey, Zito, put my FaceTime on the show so I can show Yosef.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
There. Are you kidding me, Z?
Sweet Inception.
Is this the year 2055?
Oh, wow. Look at that car.
Is that the?
Are they gonna smash the car?
Is that Rose?
That is Rose, yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome. Are they smashing the car for a pep rally? You know, you pay like $5
No,
and you
that's
get
Rose.
two
No, it's
swings.
first of its kind.
Yeah, if they do that,
car.
it'll fight back if they try and smash it.
Oh, damn. Charge more money then.
Like Knight Rider.
Man, they're ready.
insane.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's already pumping.
It'll be fun.
Man.
It'll be fun.
Game
Was that?
nine
Was
till
that
fun.
AC?
Was that
Oh,
the
okay.
AC?
Was that
Okay,
AC
yeah,
or
yeah.
was that
Show
something
that.
else?
Show that.
Don't be
You can put
peeing down that thing.
Zito, you can put it back up.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So this is a air conditioning unit.
Yeah, it's definitely air conditioning.
He's not.
Nobody pees down that.
That'd be sweet.
What's your problem?
Come
There's
on.
no breaks. You guys are 3 hours live on air. No one even would pee in that thing.
Wow, look at that setup.
That's
It's a
elaborate.
spaceship.
Full-on HVAC system.
Yeah, what are you talking
The wide
about?
mouth.
Yeah, Bob Carpenter set that up.
That's pretty cool. You guys have air conditioning.
Look at Yosef. Look at Yosef. He's crushing
There he
it.
is.
Joseph's got good rhythm.
Yeah, he's crushing it.
Yes. What's the spread on the game tomorrow?
What are they
I don't
saying?
know, but I'm
I think
taking App
12-ish.
State.
You better. Man.
Minus fit. Is that Bear?
All right, let's just keep this. Ready to go in case something shit starts popping off behind me.
Hell yeah.
This is awesome.
That is.
Unreal.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do though, because we're on for another 44 minutes here, and they're
still going?
They got to warm up for tomorrow. You know, it's for their own good.
Are you having a hard time hearing? Can you hear us fine when they play?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sweet.
That's fine then.
I can't hear me at all.
Is
but
that
I can hear? Yeah.
Is that the whole band and the cheerleaders or anything, or are there some like kids mixed in there? Because there are a ton of people out there already.
There's a bunch of kids too. Yeah.
Damn.
Not a bunch of kids, I guess. A slew of kids.
Sure.
Nice.
Let's not get too. What?
Oh, we're going back.
Here we go.
Say.
Did you say App State?
I think so, yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Let's see if we go the 43 minutes.
AJ
Go
only
green,
respects
right, Eddie?
Ohio State. I'm learning.
Go away.
Nope.
Not today.
Yosef is conducting this.
That's awesome.
Jeez.
They're getting ready. I mean, I don't want them to lose their energy for tomorrow's big game against Troy. I mean,
I think they'll be okay.
Mousetrap game.
Hey, Pat, I want to ask you a question about last night. I'm curious what you thought. The Gerald Everett, remember the tight end? He was tapping his head. He was trying to get out of the game, and then 99-yard pick six happens right after that. I don't know if we pulled that down for a reason or not, but the Gerald Everett pick, did he drop out? Yeah, he's fine. That's fine. But I don't.
They're
Hey,
going crazy.
Evie, can we pull that up? If we have clips of a couple of different things we're going to go over with Pat. I know, but the Gerald Everett obviously played the game. We talked about it a million times.
1,000%. Yeah.
Tapping out. It happens all the time for anyone that doesn't watch football regularly. Like people come out, especially receivers, running backs, whatever. What's up?
You guys lose me?
Yeah, screen went black.
Yeah. Like Sal Capaccio with that mic in their phone holding up.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, so you still don't have the. I thought that was the ESPN. It's just the iPhone. Okay, so this is what you hear me through this?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Sound good.
And we can hear the band a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no way he can hear us.
No way.
I can hear you.
Let's go.
Just started.
Hey,
You sound amazing.
Pat, let me know if you can see this. We have the Gerald Everett clip right here. If you watch, you can see this, right?
Yeah.
Look at him. He catches the ball here. It's 1st and goal. He's saying, come on now. And you can visibly see this guy is gassed. He is ready to get out of there. He needs a break. And then we see it next play, not the spacing that we need, not exactly the effort you would expect. He doesn't get as wide. Justin Herbert has somebody kind of in his face, can't see clearly. And here we go, 99 yards to the house, 14-point swing in a huge game.
I think my favorite part of this whole thing is that Chuck Pagano, said, hey, 35, 7th rounder, rookie. Let's go ahead and get him. That's basically what Chuck was saying yesterday. And I don't think this was necessarily Herbert picking on a rookie. I think this was the play design, which leads us to do the questioning that we're doing right now with Staley. Let that guy out.
Yeah.
Let him out of the game.
They were running tempo.
Yeah, I know. And Chuck talked about that yesterday as well. He talked about the tempo potentially being a problem for that defense with Spagnuolo. How about afterwards? He loses his mouthpiece, Everett.
Yeah.
Just stands there.
Didn't even made no attempt. That's how tired that dude is, where he made no attempt. You know how much energy he had to use to just bend down and get his mouthpiece right here afterwards, too? Man.
Yeah, he was exhausted, probably about to puke. It's like 110s in the summer. Fun.
Oh, I was worried that Herbert got hurt there trying to make that tackle, too.
Man.
That's it. That's the game.
Hey, 4th quarter, 102-yard pick 6.
Yeah, that's
Division game.
That's
going to be tough. Sorry, Hondo.
Man, and guess what? The Chargers still could have won the game. They still could have found a way to win.
I know.
Doing
That's
that.
the NFL. It makes no sense.
Well.
And the thing about it all is that's what the Chargers have been.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Like the Chargers have been a team that we all love. We think they can go. Hey, this team's going to go. They got the talent. Justin Herbert's guy. He's MVP guy. And then for whatever reason, they just
can't figure it out. Can't figure it out. Huh? Well, they had some dropped interceptions too that could have sealed that game and made it maybe not that close actually.
AJ, what is it? Why are some teams cursed? Do you think it's because Phillip Rivers?
Why? What did Phil do to curse him?
Well, they kind of ran his ass out of town, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, the doctor maybe who punctured Tyrod Taylor's lung. Maybe they're cursed because of that.
Maybe leaving.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
San
leaving
Diego.
San Diego.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Maybe they got.
Oh,
here we go.
Here we go. What is this? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They're doing a whole performance for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
So, will you tell me about the car? What's the car doing again?
It's the Rose Solar Power Racing.
Oh,
on
that's
solar
what he's talking
energy.
about.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's
couldn't tell.
Rose.
Are the panels all up? Are those panels in the front and the top?
Everywhere.
Yeah, I believe that's how solar works.
I was wondering if it was all panels, what was going on. What happened? Did someone steal their patent or something?
They should get Yosef on top of that thing.
That would break the solar.
That's how we get our
That's
engine to drive
awesome.
it.
Oh, you
got another one.
It's a full pep rally, man. It's awesome.
Pat, so you can't sit on Rose and like smoke a cig and look cool next to it because of the solar panels on top?
Yeah, I think you could certainly smoke a cig next to it.
Hell yeah. I'm back in.
What do you mean? There's no internal combustion. You can do whatever you want.
No, but you
smoke
can't
cigs.
like sit on the hood and look cool because of the solar on top of the hood.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't want to break those panels.
Yeah, you got to get a lawn chair next to it.
Yeah.
Most likely. Or maybe a hammock and lay in it.
I do wonder how fast this spaceship can go.
Yeah, like if it's a rainy day, can it even go anywhere? Or is it just.
Yeah, it stores up energy, dude. This part beat MIT.
How many miles do you think it stores up?
More than my fucking Hummer.
How many miles do you get per charge on that guy?
What are you talking about? I get like a 1% charge every 10 hours. So that gets me a good 4 miles.
Top speed in that car is 60 miles per hour.
60?
What, on the roads?
Yeah, and then it's maximum range of 300 miles on a single battery charge.
Damn, that's pretty good. I'm sure you can plug it in too, right?
Probably refill it, right?
Yeah, you probably plug it in and you refill it as you go, or you always don't lose any?
Or is it, just keep charging as you go?
Is it like using your, what if you're playing a game while your phone's plugged in? Some chargers will stay the same, some will give you juice, some will still lose juice.
Drumline.
There you go.
I mean, the game is tomorrow. That's what's awesome. They're doing this today.
Trombones are going off.
Well, I imagine.
To be clear, I can't hear anything they're saying because the headphones are in my ear. But, yeah.
What were you saying, Ty?
Well, first time game days at App State. I mean, no one is going to class today. They might as well have just canceled it.
Might have.
It's Friday, too. Most people try to.
Yeah, everyone skips class on Friday.
Well, you try to schedule so you don't have class on Friday. Most people try to, at least.
You see this dude, son?
Where?
Nobody has been worried about Troy since he lined up in the C gap. This asshole kid.
Wow.
That's a good sign.
Flick him off.
Hey, listen.
Pretty good
They're
sign.
doing this tomorrow. Best sign. Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. They're doing best sign tomorrow. Gets free tuition.
Oh, that's
Damn.
awesome. Really?
Yeah, the school is doing it.
Who
They got
makes? Who chooses the best one?
Yeah,
though?
who are the judges?
There's a panel. I think there's a couple coaches.
Oh, nice.
Athletic director, maybe.
Yosef?
It's a big deal.
I think we are also getting a vote.
I'm sure.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
Keep our
I
eyes
don't know.
peeled.
I don't know if I'm getting a vote.
You have any good ideas, Con Man?
Well, no, we can send all the videos or the pictures from what we see to them.
Yeah. Here you go. You look good, man. Hey, so what do you do all day today? You gonna go to their basketball practice and stuff?
The mic's off.
Yeah, mic's off.
Mic's off.
No mic.
Yeah, no mic.
I'm going to the. This is awesome. I'm going to the. Am I on?
Yeah,
This is perfect.
Can we see the behind the scenes?
Yeah, flip it. Let's see Let's see what you see. Oh no. Okay.
Yes.
Look at this.
Wow. Oh, that's sweet.
Play that off. I don't want everybody to think I'm filming them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Well, are you? Is there anybody bringing you any fresh barbecue on set tomorrow?
I'm all about some good meat. They know that about me. I don't know if the programs are on this screen or not, but I have really enjoyed this town thus far, and I do believe they're bringing some smoked meat for this pallet.
Let's go.
A random guy over here just said, "Tell AJ I said hi."
Yep. Hey, bud.
What?
Yeah, the guy behind you is trying to start an AJ Hawk chant. We won't be able to hear it clearly, but it is starting.
Let's
That'll
go.
make a lot of sense down there, I'm sure.
It does. I think we got a lot of people. Here.
Well, I mean, you're on game day.
No, I think we got we got a lot of insight. People were telling me how terrible your fingers are already. You know what I mean?
Okay, I appreciate them. Tell them thank you.
This is in the hills too, dude. We're way back here. Hour drive from the airport this morning.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, windy.
You
What's that?
International airport?
No, I don't know if there's any international flights happening. I'm not 100% sure. Here we go. It was a small airport, but a nice airport. You know, didn't have the Mississippi State Airport.
Best one ever.
They had like nachos, hot dogs, and all that stuff.
All of it just in the airport?
Yeah.
Yeah, AJ, you literally walked into like this lady's house, and then the planes were in the back.
And you take her car.
Yeah, we actually had to take her car because there was no rental car, so we paid her for her van.
Jeez.
Almost had to do that today.
Yeah, how'd that go over?
Oh, it was awesome. Got the pilots' cars. Drove them in. I drove in.
Nice, baby.
It's good news. And it was a nice ride. It was like I was driving back into Morgantown, honestly. That's what I felt like here.
Nostalgic?
No. Just like normally when I'm making that drive into Morgantown, back in the day, it would be like, oh, okay, I'm going to do one thing here, you know?
Hell
and we
yeah.
all know what that one thing is in Morgantown, West Virginia. Like, I am about to lose years off my life. I'm about to go, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what it always felt like. Coming in here, it was beautiful. You know, it was like, not that Morgantown isn't. I'm just saying the last time I drove in there, much different part of my life.
Yeah,
sure.
This was good views. I mean, it was.
Now you appreciate it.
Yeah, it was awesome. It feels like a mini Morgantown. That's what it feels like. Enter the Mountaineers. It's like a perfect. But once again, what time is it right now into the hour?
1:30.
Okay, so we've only done 16 minutes of the 44 that I thought we were going to have to do with these people back here and having the band.
They want you.
They're killing it.
You're going to be worn out another 29 minutes of this.
How about this shoulder right now?
Yeah.
Great arm.
Can you
I mean, I
rotate?
can't even-
Put the right arm up.
It's hard to even see Rose at this point, you know?
You should put it in the back of your hood.
Just have it sit there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go.
I mean, if that worked.
It might.
No shot. No shot.
Yeah, it's covering the mic.
All right.
You can get someone to tape it to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys are awesome. Have a good afternoon.
Here we go. They got 5 more. You know that. Is your mic on?
No, I'm just getting yelled at. You know, this is the whole thing.
By random fans or what?
Yeah. You guys are awesome. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just give him a whole fist bump every once in a while. There it is.
That's all you need. Give them hope. That's all you got to do.
They're awesome. These are good group of people. A lot of good hair here. A lot of good hair.
Ooh.
A lot of lettuce. A lot of curly hair. A lot
Love
of
that.
Longer hair. Guy walked up to me today, straight out of like some Appalachian Mountain Trail, basically looking flat bill, like old school vinyl flat bill, backwards, leather strap across his forehead.
Ooh.
I'm like, is this Billy Ho?
Yeah.
This guy's
Dog.
awesome.
Hey,
Yeah, it was
when you want to
awesome.
do our picks, you know we got to do
Right
our
now.
picks. Hey,
Make
we
sure
won.
right now.
Also, pop this graphic up for us, Evie. I don't know if you know this, Pat. Bruce made me aware of something today that I'm even. We tied last week. First off, we're both 7 and 9.
What?
Did you had to know this and you just didn't see it or you didn't say anything?
I knew it'd come up. I mean, we're going to do this again. You know, I knew it'd come up. I was going to tell you.
What
Who
happened?
do you think I am?
Wait, Bruce had me down for the Cowboys when I picked the Tampa Bay with you, right?
Yeah, mostly because you picked the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl in the past and stuff like that.
That's
so
right.
I think like
Well,
that
don't
is
assume
why.
anything about me. You don't know what my decisions are going to be.
I'm just telling you what Bruce did, not me. Easy. He's a coastal.
Oh, I'm
elite.
not
I'm
blaming
bad.
Bruce for anything. Bruce does a great job here.
Well, you just did.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad that I'm glad that we righted our wrong. That's all it takes.
Well, and you guys went 2-1 last night with the Chargers covering in the Chiefs money line.
It's just 2-0, right? We don't count the loss when we add 2 or no
Hey,
more bets, do we?
how come we're not getting enough credit for that?
I know.
Good question,
Right
Pat.
on it.
Good question.
And Kelsey almost scored it, but he got fucking power bombed.
Hey, spine buster. That was classic. Arn Anderson, Triple H, spine buster. I mean, when I see Derwin James go for the single leg and then pick him up on his, I mean, we're doing a fireman Gary right now. What do we got going on? Full spine buster, body through. Hey, I mean, that is.
When did that ball come out?
He hit
Watch-
down. He was way down.
Watch
Way
J.C.
down.
Jackson. Yeah, he was down. J.C. Jackson's ripping at it, though, as he's going down. But, yeah, I think his back hit, and then it pops up, right?
Yeah, he was way down. When they showed it live, I remember watching it live thinking he's
Yeah.
way down. And Travis Kelce, I would like to appreciate that man for being comfortable enough in his ability, in his resume, in his, respect index that other people have for him. After getting spine busted like that, he didn't try to start a fight.
Yeah.
He was obviously in pain, though. Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't scared to be like, oh, fuck. Like, he knew, So good sell by Travis Kelce. I appreciate him doing that. And mad respect to Derwin James for getting a bag and still being a savage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still picking a guy up on a goal line and putting him down. Pick him up and put him down.
Man, it was awesome. All right, let's do it, Pat. We have the graphic up. We will pop it up and try to go through all of our picks here for this week. Man, look at this. Okay. I know you guys get pissed if I bounce around the board.
Yeah, do it correctly.
Okay, so I need to start with the Patriots Steelers, right?
Yes, and you go
Just
left to
makes it
right.
Makes it easier to track.
Makes it easy to check what?
Track.
Well,
Track.
even though Bruce could not
Correct.
last week.
Yeah, what are you
correct.
talking about? Last week worked flawlessly, huh?
Hey,
For
Bruce
7
does a
days,
great
I
job.
get my record wrong. For 7
Hey,
days.
hey, Bruce does a great job.
I know he does a great job. I'm not blaming Bruce for anything.
Yeah,
You
you
have
are.
multiple
You're passing
times.
them
You
right
have
now.
multiple
If I
times.
bop around the board, it makes no difference in recording these, though.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
You don't think that there's maybe a list right now already started with these games in order
Yes.
for Bruce to pick what we pick,
Okay.
pal?
All right. Well, there, maybe. But you don't need to put that list together until now. Here we go. Patriots, Steelers. Patriots are at the Steelers. Patriots are 2.5-point favorites?
Yeah.
Ooh, what do you think here, Pat? Who you got?
So I consulted with a man named Chris Falica.
Yes.
Falica. He's a contrarian, right? That's his betting style, I think.
Yes.
He just natural. Doesn't do it on purpose. Naturally does it. He loves the Patriots. And that was kind of alarming to me because I would like to pick Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh because they got Mike Tomlin. But I'm kind of indifferent on this one because the Bengals should have won that a few different times last week.
Yeah.
So what did we learn in that week game? Give me the Steelers.
Okay. Yeah, this one is kind of tough. How is Mac going to hold up? I know he was sick, his back spasms. I'm still taking the Steelers here at +2.5. I wish it was plus more.
Yeah, if you're taking Steelers, that would be awesome if it was +1.
Hey, every game, I wish, by the way, it'd just be +30. That'd be great.
2.5 means nothing, though.
No.
Right?
It means a little bit, yeah, but it's tell you what, this game, I don't think there's a lot of points going to be scored in this one.
Yeah. What's the over-under here?
Under feels
40,
safe here.
40.5.
40.
Under feels safe. You got Tomlin versus Belichick. No TJ White.
Steelers are.
That's a big deal, I think.
I believe they are 0-4-1 when TJ doesn't start.
All right, give me the Patriots. I'll take the Patriots.
All right, I'll stick with the Steelers, though. I will. Here, I got
No,
faith
that's
in
rude
Mitchell
to me. They got
Trubisky.
Cam Hayward still.
Yeah.
They got Highsmith still.
Minka.
And I did see
Minka, I love Minka.
Cam liked the tweet from Chuck yesterday that no edge, no chance. So he knows, even with TJ out, we're going to keep the edge, boys, okay?
Hey, did you see all the great toss? Thank you. Did you see all the ex-players quote tweet Chuck's segment and be like, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Great
this is
reaction.
awesome. It was a little too long. Okay, Chuck. All right. First time, it was great. I loved everything about it. Give me the Patriots in the next one. I'll take the Panthers. Baker Mayfield's better than Daniel Jones. I feel like I'm in North Carolina right now. I'm an hour and a half away from Charlotte, the Queen City. You go uptown, you don't go downtown. Baker's Newtown. Give me the Panthers on the road. Giants +1.5.
All right, yeah, I'm going to roll with you here. Panthers +1.5 against the Giants. Next one, Jets travel to Cleveland, huh? Jets going to Cleveland. What's that spread there?
6.5.
Jets are 6.5-point favorite, dogs at Cleveland here. Where are you going, Pat? Is this Flacco?
No, App State. Their new chant. You guys can't hear.
Oh.
It's happening right now. They just introduced it here a little late. They should have sent me for a curveball. I would have expected all their chants early. They saved one here for this particular moment. Give me the Brownies. 6.5. I like that defense too much. I'm not sure the Jets can do much. Yeah, give me the Browns at home in front of Brownie the Elf.
Hell yeah.
At midfield.
Yeah, Brown. I don't know. It's Flacco starting, correct?
Yeah,
Still for the
yeah.
Jets?
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. What if Flacco brings back some of his old magic? But yeah, 6.5 is still a lot, but I'm going with the Browns here. I like their defense. I like Jacoby Brissett as well.
Yeah.
All right, Pat. Oh, the rematch. Oh, no. Hope this one brings up some tough ones for you. Colts travel to Jacksonville. Man, how are the Colts are 3.5-point favorites after Jacksonville knocked them out of the playoff contention last year?
Some breaking news on that one. So that line has come down and started higher. Shaq Leonard and Alec Pierce will be out. Michael Pittman is questionable.
God damn.
Michael Pittman is questionable with a quad. Kenny Moore and DeForest Buckner are both questionable as well, but it feels like
This way I had a walkthrough.
it says that those two potentially have a good chance to play.
Week 2, Friday, Fast Friday walkthrough.
Yeah. They're already banged up.
Week 2, dude. Week 2, bro.
Can't be good.
That's what happens when you play the Texans. They bring the boom and Dougie Mills wears them out.
You're going to know it. You're going to know you played the Texans.
Yeah, that's
Come on,
right.
man. This guy just said, can I come on? He's been waving. What's your name?
I'm Will Gentile.
Hey,
What's
Will
up, Will?
Gentile.
Will Gentile.
What do you do here at App State, pal?
I'm the assistant director of creative video. This is the best day of my life.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and a baby.
Ty, go Pat, go.
Hell yeah.
See you guys Tuesday for Aaron Rodgers Tuesday.
Ty said, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What? Yeah. All right, sweet, man. Congratulations. You're kicking ass, dude. You're doing great. No problem. Nice to meet you.
Okay, points
I'm
him.
gonna get fired now, but whatever.
By who?
By who?
ESPN.
You work for
What,
ESPN?
they pay you?
No.
Oh, so you're not fired then. They're telling you we don't need your bullshit services.
Right.
Yeah, you'll continue to do great though, Will. Thank you, Will. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks,
Will.
Is there no security around there?
To be clear, I was thinking to myself, how come nobody is, getting this? He was standing behind the TV, basically. Nice guy, though. Met him earlier. Good shorts. Has good shorts on.
Nice.
Has good shorts on. And I'm like talking. While I'm talking, he was like giving me like one of these, like
hey, I have something. Hey.
And I literally was about to be like, I'm doing something right now. Okay, but he's a nice guy. So I'm happy I got to talk to Will there. He's going to do great things. He's going to go on. He's going to do great things. Handsome fella, good energy. That was very disappointing news what you just said, Diggs. If you could run back through all of that, because Will, obviously, it sounded, AJ.
What?
Week 2, Fast Friday walkthrough.
Well,
Week 2.
I was hoping they were just switching to the schedule that some people went to like 5-6 years ago, where Friday you don't practice, Saturday you do.
Yeah, Packers do that, right?
Yeah, Packers did that my last couple of years. Cincinnati did it when I was there as well.
Doesn't sound like that's the case, though.
Philly, no, I think it's Chip Kelly brought that into the world, because I believe Sports Science said that the day before your peak performance is needed, you should actually get a little sweat in and get a workout and fire your fast twitch muscles. Allegedly, that's what one research report said at one point. And when Chip Kelly came into the NFL, remember, he was going to change the whole fucking everyone was changing everything, because Colt Anderson, who coaches for the Bengals now, he was at the Eagles the first year that whole thing happened. Then he came to the Colts, and he was like, he still did it on Saturdays. We do a walkthrough. Then afterwards, his ass would be sprinting and like doing. I'm like, are you okay? Like, he's my PP. Like, let's save some fucking energy here, pal. And he broke it all down for me. Like, boom, boom, boom. And then I saw the Packers did it.
Yep.
There's a lot of teams that do that. So maybe that is the case, but it doesn't sound like that's the reason, AJ. It sounds like it's because we're banged up week 2 already. Yeah. Just run through all the people that aren't playing.
Okay, officially, Shaq Leonard and Alec Pierce are out. This comes from Zach Kiefer. Michael Pittman is questionable with a quad. Sounds like that's a true questionable. And then DeForest Buckner and Kenny Moore are also questionable, but he feels like they have a good chance to play.
So a lot of the great players that everyone knows.
Yeah, their whole team.
Yeah, the band's playing. I wasn't dancing because of what Diggs was saying. I was dancing because this band is hammering it. Jacksonville has been a nightmare game for the shoe. Okay.
Yeah.
For the shoe, it's been a nightmare game. Bear actually told me. I said, Bear, I gotta take the Colts. He goes, no, you don't. No, you don't. You should say, as a sound gambler.
Yeah.
That Jacksonville beats the Indianapolis Colts in Jacksonville every year. So you love the Colts. You hope they break the trend. But this feels like Jacksonville is definitely going to cover or definitely going to make this happen. And now that everybody on our team's out, give me Jackson Duville and Trevor Lawrence. Even though if the Colts win, I'll be happy. So that's going to be a
win. Okay.
So
what's up, Diggs?
Frank Reich just said he's been planning this all week. Wanted 2 tough padded days, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. Then lighten the load today with a hot game in Jacksonville coming.
Thanks, Frank, for taking care of us.
Also, I'm not sure.
Guys, Pat.
I'm not sure if you saw the Trevor Lawrence pump up speech before the game last week.
You're right. Give me Matt Ryan. I got the Colts. I'm back on the Colts.
He's back.
No, give it Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. I got Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville, too, plus 3.5. Next game, Dolphins at Ravens. I love this one. Dolphins are 3.5-point dogs in Baltimore. Lamar, hopefully that new contract, hopefully they just dump $250 million guaranteed on him soon, and he signs. But what do you think here?
Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, about to absolutely light it up this year. Already won 1 MVP. There's a real catchy tune being played behind me by the App State band here.
Yeah.
This just feels like a game, especially because he shit down his leg last year against Miami.
Yep.
You know, in Miami, obviously a game that's very close to his heart, his home, his family, his friends, everything. I think he comes out dominant this week. Give me the Ravens.
Okay. Give me the Dolphins at plus 3.5. I like what McDaniel has going there, even though I do think Lamar could be the MVP this year. Who knows? But, man, I don't know. I'm still taking the Dolphins here. I have to ride with them for now. Okay, Pat, next one. Bucks at Saints. Bucks are 2.5-point favorites. I'm surprised they're not bigger favorites than that, actually.
Yeah, well, they're banged up. That's another team.
Who all's out for the Bucks?
Godwin's definitely out, and then Evans had a hamstring, and there was Lenny had a hamstring.
Saints always play the Bucks very well at home, too. They kind of have Tom's number.
But that was with Sean Payton and Drew Brees.
Yeah, but Dennis Allen is still – he was the DC.
Give me the Saints.
You got the Saints at 2.5. All right, I got the Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks here -2.5.
Tom starts slow, AJ. Tom started slow. They are banged up. Chris Godwin's a game changer for that whole offense. I think we've seen it. That's why they needed him back. I think that's why he wanted to come back. I think the Saints do this thing.
I think the Bucks can find a way to squeak out a 3-point win on that one. So it's good. I like it. It's good that we have different picks at times. And I believe him right now. Okay.
Hey, before we move on, you said Sean Payton and Drew Brees when they were with the Saints?
Yeah.
You see Sean Payton saying Aaron Rodgers. Asshole.
He didn't. Pat, we were in Tahoe this year. Sean Payton loves Aaron. Like, you remember, we were chatting him up, talking a lot. Like, they seem to get along great.
Or does he?
Did I talk to him?
Yeah, we crossed paths with them the one day, and they came. We're talking in between while we were waiting on a hole. But yeah, when Sean Payton.
I talked to Sean Payton, Foxy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did.
I did not remember that.
I don't recall. That's a year before, AJ.
Yeah, it might have been the year before. Who knows? Because I played with him the year before.
Because I don't know what he is. That's why I was actually startled that you said that, because I don't know him as a person.
Okay.
I've heard he's a fiery coach and all that, but I've heard he's cool outside the football practice field. Like, he's a real cool dude you want to be friends with. But as a coach, he's
super demanding. He's Bill Parcells' coaching tree. Super demanding coach. I know that.
So I'm fascinated by him calling Aaron an asshole.
Yeah.
You know? So when that's
he didn't say that exactly. He said enough with the hippie stuff. Didn't he say that at one point?
No, he's talking about the tough love that Rodgers gives, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not a fan of that."
Yeah, he said he hates it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, hey, he gives.
Did he say enough of the hippie stuff?
He said something about. and the hippie stuff. Enough. He said enough is enough, or something like.
No, that's what you said to Aaron when you talked to him.
I love hippies. All that goes into his whatever's going on there. Hey, Seahawks, Niners, Pat. I know they're playing a bunch of games behind us.
Commanders, Lions.
How dare I? Okay, Commanders at Detroit. Commanders 1.5-point dogs. I mean, they got to be pretty upset. Chip on both shoulders, like con man over there. Double dong chips on your shoulders, stacking 45-pound weights.
Forehead
right?
too.
Yeah. What do you think here, Pat? Lions are favorites in a game. What are we doing?
Can't hear anything. There's an AJ Hawk chant. There's a massive AJ Hawk chant happening.
Let's go.
Massive. Herbie's recording it. Little Jake Urbo has really come into
good video by little Herbie.
Yeah, great video.
Calling you now if you wanna. Calling you now if you want it.
Oh, it just stopped, obviously. Hey, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Hey,
Herbie. Haircut, you mutt.
He can't hear us, can he?
Look at him.
I can't hear.
He's a corporate.
Hey, tell him great video of his
called you a
dad.
mutt.
He's a corporate shill for Wheels Up, apparently.
Oh, yeah, Andrew, corporate show for Wheels Up.
Hey, he gets to hitch a ride with Dad. I would too.
Hell of a play last week.
They love seeing you, man.
Hey, he's doing good. That video he put together of his dad, that's cool. I hope he keeps doing that throughout the year.
So, respect. I didn't hear what you said, but I'm sure it was hilarious. I honestly did. There's a good group over here. There's a sign over here. It says, Trojan parents should have worn one. I mean, that's a good sign. I don't know if you guys see that.
That's pretty good.
Nah.
That you can't work blue though. Could that win the free tuition?
Is it the big one above the railing?
That's kind of on the edge though, Pat. It's a kid's show.
Do you hear it?
Yeah, there it is.
That was awesome.
Jeez.
All right, and the cheerleader started to go. All right, let's power through these. I like the Lions. Okay,
let's go.
I like the Lions just because they're favored for the first time, and I'm excited to see Motor City Dan Campbell be in a good mood, as opposed to they're counting us out. They hate us. Tell you why, man. We're the team that can and will. Now it's all right, he's coached we're expected to win. I like that mentality shift probably for those coaches.
Yeah.
I like the Lions this week.
I actually like the Lions here too. I think that place is going to be rocking. Evie, I know you're with me. I don't know if Kid Rock's going to be there like he was back in their heyday, but that place will be rocking. They are favorites. Commanders coming in.
They don't play his music at home games anymore. They turned on him.
They don't.
What?
I expect Aiden Hutchinson to have a day too.
Yeah.
I really do.
They'll scream "We the People" until they play it back on the Jumbotron again. So I'm not worried about that.
The fans have spoken.
Big Union town. I don't.
Hey,
good point. Good point.
Seattle Seahawks traveling to play the 49ers here. Man, 8.5-point dogs the Seattle Seahawks are after this huge victory.
This is supposed to be a slop fest, too. Really bad weather is predicted.
So 8.5's a lot.
Yeah.
In a slop fest? What are you doing here, Pat? What's the call?
There's one team that's prepared to play in a monsoon, and there's one team that isn't.
Oh, yeah.
The Denver Broncos were 2 plays, 1 inch away from 14 points. Seemed like there was a little higher power. No offense, Russell Wilson, working that particular evening. Feels like the football gods were cooking. Give me the Niners just because this line makes no sense, and there has to be a reason for it. So I'm taking the Niners.
What's the reason? How is this? Especially if it's going to be a slop fest, 8 to win by.
Statistically, Seahawks actually got fucking dominated on Monday night.
Yeah.
I think that maybe
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're kind of saying like last week with the Niners and the Bears.
Can't judge it.
Yeah,
Give me the Niners. Give me the Niners here. I can see their pass rushers. I can see, both. They're going to wreak havoc there, I think. So we'll move on to the next one. Atlanta Falcons traveling to play the LA Chargers here. The Falcons are 9.5-point dogs. My bad.
Jeez.
Look at that, man. It kind of looks like.
I mean,
when I looked at it, I thought of it for a
I kind
second.
of see a C, man.
I do see that C, man. Falcons at Rams, which I guarantee you that's not the last time I'll make that mistake. That'll happen again next Friday probably. But 9.5-point dogs that the Atlanta Falcons are. Is that right?
Yeah, give me the Rams too.
You're gonna take the Rams?
Yeah,
all right, I'm
this
taking
is me
the Falcons.
talking to Bear.
I'm taking the Falcons here.
Okay.
9.5's a lot. I like taking that. I mean, I love the Rams, but we'll see what happens.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go. Cardinals at the Raiders here. Cardinals are 5.5-point dogs.
I appreciate everything that the Arizona Cardinals are dreaming up to be.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Kyler Murray watches more film than anybody.
That's right. Damn right.
Yep.
DeAndre Hopkins isn't back for 5 more games.
That's tough.
Really?
That offense was very different last year and this year. Without him.
Okay.
Give me the.
Hell yeah.
You say the Raiders? Cut out.
He said the Raiders.
All right, I'm taking the Cardinals here. I like the points. I hope they have a bounce back day. We'll see what happens. All right, Texans at Broncos. Russ, what are we doing here? He's always 8.5 or 9.5 point.
9.5.
9.5 point favorites, man. People really love what
We
Russ
know the
did.
answer here. We know the answer.
What is
Yep. Yep.
What's your answer?
Dougie Davis Mills.
Oh,
Feed me. Dougie. Oh, wait a minute, though. This is Russell Wilson's first time in
At home.
Mile High.
Yeah, home opener with the Let's Ride crowd, probably yelling Let's Ride 10, 15, 20 times.
and run pass. We know the run pass is going to be off the charts for the sideline because Russ gets that going.
Yeah.
AJ, what if somebody came up to you as an adult and told you, hey, let's fucking make sure we're watching the ball. Run pass, please. Every play. 96, 57, 50. Run pass. Come on. Let's go for your teammates. What do you do there?
The intent.
He would have been talking to me. I'm on the sideline. He would have been talking to me.
The intent behind it, I understand the intent. I get it, but man, it's tough in the NFL to do that when you have to get them to do that.
I couldn't even imagine if he walks up to me and Vinatieri. Like, hey, run pass here. Hey.
Excuse me?
We're focused all the time. We don't know what's going on in the field. Sorry about it, Russ. You're going to have to go talk to somebody else. Him legitimately wanting that to happen. Is that every game now?
Over and over again,
has
too.
to be. Yeah.
Over and over again. It's like he keeps coming back to it if he doesn't hear it loud enough.
He's saying, hey, this is a new standard here, is what he's saying.
You know what I would do?
This is what we do here.
If I was Russ should go to the defense, like, hey, when our offense is on the field, I want you to yell run pass and confuse their defense. When we're passing, you got to yell run and the opposite.
Ball!
Yeah.
Whatever, it's a run.
Yell
Just
ball,
big,
yell fumble, Oski at all time. Just yell everything, all the football terms to their defense and see what
I
happens.
know there's always guys that shit talk on everybody's sideline who do that, right? Who do ball when it's a run to a guy. Like, if you could get the entire sideline to do that, that's a weapon.
They'll make a rule against it. Yeah. They'll make a rule against it if you do, I bet.
What if you get the entire sideline and start giving out fake cadences? Because on the field, you're not allowed to do it. But what if the entire sideline, sideline, in unison? That would be amazing.
Oh, I would love. Did we pick
Hard
this
count
one?
from the quarterback and from the sideline? We're both on Texans, right?
Yeah, I got Texans here too. Okay, we'll move on. Bengals are traveling to Dallas to play the Cowboys. What are they going to be like? Cooper Rush is there. Cowboys are 7.5 point dogs at home. What do you think?
So it's a lot of points.
It is.
Lot.
Especially in Jerry world.
But
Band is crushing it right now. I mean, they've really found their groove.
how many picks Joe Burrow throw?
48
Four.
hours.
That's not going to happen again. So, and they still could have won the game.
Yeah.
Twice, multiple times.
Yeah.
They could have won that game.
Yeah.
They have a long snapper. They win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He threw 4 picks. I think we are potentially forgetting how good the Bengals are. I got the Bengals covering here.
I got the Bengals, at -7.5 here in Dallas. I guess Joe Burrow could throw 4 picks again. Chances are that doesn't happen. Back-to-back games or ever in his career again, maybe.
not.
You never know.
No way.
All right, is this the Sunday night game? Are we picking that here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday night, Bears travel to Lambeau. What do you think? 9.5 point dogs, the Bears are.
Take a money line.
Give me the Packers.
Hell yeah.
By
Yeah.
21.
Yep.
Let's not forget Jim the Brown Bear, by the way, guys.
What?
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Jim
yeah,
the
moment
Brown
of
Bear.
silence, please. The band just stopped actually for this.
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay.
The Chicago Zoo lost the real staple of that entire town and
When?
community.
A couple days ago.
How'd he die?
Old age.
Was it?
Yeah.
27
Oh,
years
you didn't
old.
check into it?
He was so pumped about the Bears
You
winning.
sure it was old age?
I think so.
I thought Conman might have
27.
some other theories.
27.
27
That's
Is that really old for? Is that like 300 in Bear years?
160 in Bear years.
Yeah.
How's the math work?
Bear down.
4.5.
Okay, thank you guys.
What's the name of
Moment
that
silence.
dead bear again?
Jim,
Peter.
the Brown Bear. Brown Bear.
Jim.
Jim Brown.
Kind of, yeah.
Why isn't his name
He was a-
Sweetness or something like to honor one of the legends
Virginia.
of Chicago?
They should have. Maybe his son.
Are we still in this moment of silence or this eulogy or where are we?
You tell me you haven't stopped talking the whole time. You disrespected Jim the Brown Bear.
LaFleur and LaFleur is, I believe, 9-0 after a loss straight up and against the spread.
With an average margin of victory of 14.
So he's due to have a not a good bounce back day. Is what
What's
you're
that
saying?
stat
Wrong.
with a dead bear?
Rest in
Undefeated still.
I think the thing about this is that brown bear dying
Thank you.
is just like the Bears leaving Chicago.
Whoa.
Well said.
That's coming soon.
Well said.
Yep.
Real
Come on.
soon.
So
Foreshadow.
that era is coming to an end at some point. The Jim, the Brown Bear era is over. The next step is Soldier Field era, about to be over.
Beautiful dome.
But we're still in that era that Aaron Rodgers owns those motherfuckers.
That's right.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to make this pick after the break. I need to call Mike Martz and see which side he is on in this game before I actually make any official decisions. But I guess for now, until I talk to Mike, I'll take the Packers here at 9.5. Is 9.5?
No
That's it.
offense to the Bears, okay? I'm
No
sure
offense.
big win.
Thank
And there was not much to look at that Packers team last week and go like, yeah, let's bet on them.
Yeah, definitely not.
But give it to Packers.
Yeah.
He's still the landlord.
Yeah.
I do
Rap,
believe.
rap sheet said Lazard probably going.
Ooh.
So
How about Bach? I said he was day on, day off. He went full time yesterday.
Yeah, he said it looks better, but what he is hearing that if he wasn't 100%, he's probably going week 3, so probably not going to go Sunday night.
did you see the video of him limping or no?
When he was walking up that sand dune with his new wife.
No, this
that's
was
a different
actually
one.
with
Yesterday.
football pads.
Yeah,
on.
from practice yesterday.
Oh no!
But Ian said he was taking part in team drills today, which today is Friday, where he's probably more of a walkthrough anyway. But yeah, he was limping in between drills. It didn't look good, but Ian tried to say, well, sometimes after you get hurt, it just kind of looks different. I was like, well, this is not the new look.
Yeah, he was high kneeing just a few weeks ago. So
See it? Look at that. Real ginger. What if he's rope-a-doping us? What if he's messing with all of us?
Then why is he not playing?
Well, we don't know that he's not playing, do we?
No, but
I'm saying this game. What if he's like, okay, I know the cameras are here. I'm going to limp really hard, so then maybe I'm going to go play, and the Bears may think I have one leg, but no, guess what? I'm fine.
All right, so you think that was a bad limp? You think watching that?
I didn't like that. I don't
I
like
was
seeing
literally
that
watching
limp. No. Look at it, just ginger. I don't know. It's just like, all right.
slow.
He could easily be messing with us, though, and
He
messing
might
with
have
the
been
local.
testing it right there, right? Might have been testing something right there. Might have had a little. You know what it's like whenever you get a little. Huh?
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I understand where he's at right now. I just wonder. I wonder how he does today. That's why. Yeah. Well, let's see how he does today. If it whatever.
Oh, that is a pretty good little limp.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not putting it past him messing with us. I'm not even gonna. I wish I would reach out and ask him, but I'm not going to. But man, what if he was messing with us?
If he was just messing with us, like, haha, real funny, but like as a Packers fan, I'm sure it's like, hey, just fucking play.
Well, he could say I'm messing with the Bears. The Bears think I have one leg. They're going to load up, try to rush all day. Guess what? I'm still me.
They're 9.5 point favorites. Do you really got to mess with them?
Yeah.
Do you think he cares about the spread?
No, I hope he just cares about playing.
Hey, this is one of the oldest rivalries in the history of rivalries. Okay, pal?
It is. I know. Believe me, I know the history. They
Outside
slammed
of
Jimmy
Connor.
Manning.
No, yeah, and he missed both games last year, so I hope that he just goes out and plays this year.
I hope he and Elton Jenkins are both in it.
Yeah, home opener,
Why not?
Sunday Night Football. I'd imagine, if he can go, he wants to go, obviously, but we'll see.
Jason Garrett on the sideline.
Yeah, exactly.
Collinsworth in the stands.
Yep,
both
of them. Yeah.
Oh, Jack and Jason are doing the Notre Dame game Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who they play?
Every Saturday.
They have Cal.
They need to find a way to get a win, it seems like.
Yeah, for Marcus.
Pat, they kicking you off the bench or off the desk?
But also, what'd you think about Jack and Jay? Went up to the booth to call them a Notre Dame game.
I didn't think it was bad. Marchand said that basically these guys fucking suck, and Notre Dame needs to figure it out. But I didn't think they were terrible.
Jack and Jay are going to do just fine up there in the booth.
Yeah.
I appreciate the hell out of you guys. This is going to be electrifying tomorrow. I think we picked them all right there, AJ. One of us did.
I hope so. I sure hope so that we have a good week 2 here in the NFL. Enjoy your time down there, man, in Boone, North Carolina. Say hi to Herbie and everyone else for us, man.
You got it. Herbie's with Bezos right now. They're still finishing up that conversation from the other night that they had at dinner with Al Michaels. And I think Brett Favre was there. I think Brett Favre was there.
Brett Favre?
Yeah, he's getting another round of funding.
Are they on the yacht?
Volleyball facility's not done yet.
Yeah.
That's why I told Herbie last night. I said, Herbie, the internet reacted to you just talking about Bezos and Goodell in one photo. I mean, there was definitely a reaction to you calling him Mr. Bezos or whatever. He's like, what's I supposed? I don't know. What am I supposed to say? I'm like, well, the internet thinks you're like pals with him and Goodell and Favre. I think Favre was there too, right? And then Epstein made an appearance. I think and that's what that's what it seemed like the internet was doing last night.
It's awesome.
I didn't hear that.
Awesome.
That didn't hit my algorithm, man.
No, I guess these two guys right here are hated by a lot of people. That's what I noticed in my mentions after I posted this photo. That's what I noticed. Yeah. But hey, we're living good, baby. I'm out of here.
We are. All right, thanks, man.
Enjoy it, Pat.
Hey, we're going to take 5, guys.
Take 5.
Take a quick 5. We did all our picks right there. We have a bunch still in the last hour to cover. It'll be fun. We have a lot of different storylines to get to. We're going to take 5. We'll be right back.
Big brain football.
Man, I love this.
What is it about this spectacular game that we all love? The passing, the running, the hitting, the kicking, the scheming, the drama, the athleticism.
Let's go. Right here, big drop.
I think it's a combination of all of those things, but I believe it all boils down to this. The competition level is fucking awesome.
For the win with 2 seconds left.
A finger can literally be the difference between a W and an L.
What a turn of events!
It's what makes football wildly fun to watch and in turn, wildly fun to bet on, but I digress. The reason I'm doing this segment every week is to hopefully grow the respect for the game and to give love to the players who make all of this shit happen. Not just their skill and their amazing playmaking ability.
What I really like is the finish, man. Not a lot of guys would be able to make that 6 points.
This will be all about respecting these guys' big fucking brains.
Strong like bull. Woo. Smart like tractor.
I'm gonna be smart in this game, man.
Coaches usually get all of the credit in this beautiful minds of football space, but I want to shine a light on the players' brains.
Let's go do this thing, baby.
Let's go.
Stuff like Mahomes and Kelsey cooking up a last-second drive in one of the best playoff games of all time.
They're playing like that seam is open.
That ball go down immediately.
Bills rush 4. Mahomes throws. Kelsey open inside the 40. Breaks a tackle and down.
And stuff like this, all from week 1. How about scary Terry McLaurin recognizing a corner is playing lazy cover 2 technique all game, telling everyone and their mother about it.
Gotta let us run by that dude, bro. This cover 2, bro. They playing it so lazy. They're playing lazy over there all day.
Then, in the 4th quarter, when it matters, Carson Wentz hits Terry behind that lazy cover 2 corner.
Taking a shot down the field. There's McLaurin. Out of the dead. And in.
That's big brain football.
Come on, man. Hey, I've been lazy all day. All day.
How about Sunday night in Dallas? Tom Brady asking Mike Evans, "What you want, babe?" And Evans calling his shot. "Give me the fade."
Yo, Tom said, "What you want?" Tom said, "What you want, babe?" I said, "Fade."
He knows the man across from him and knows how to beat him.
I know how to get him. He tried to do that little stab. Yeah. I slow played. Back out. I slapped him so hard right there at the line. Watch me see it. I slapped it.
That's some beautiful, big brain football.
Hard to beat in the air. Mike Evans.
Which brings us to our main feature this week, Josh Allen. He doesn't just have a big arm. He doesn't just have big cojones. He has a big old brain, too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Up 14 against the world champs, 3rd and 4. He's across the line from a man who called him trash just 4 years ago. Allen knows that particular man peeks and cheats, himself a big brain player trying to gain an advantage. Often with eyes more on the quarterback and less on the receivers.
He's thinking you ain't gonna throw a ball deep. So five is literally looking and not even worried about you on the trips.
Allen knows Jalen Ramsey loves sitting on routes, especially on 3rd and 4. The money down. So he tells his guy, Mr. Minneapolis Miracle himself, Stephon Diggs, hey dude, don't run the called route. Just go deep.
Can you take us through the touchdown, just what you saw on that play?
Josh showed me just run.
Allen's hunch that 5 would peak and Diggs could get behind him paid off like a same-game parlay.
Their corners were really looking at the quarterback, and Diggs just ran a heck of a route.
Zone cover, Jalen Ramsey was trying to read the eyes of Josh Allen and let Diggs go past him, and Josh Allen soars it over Ramsey's head.
The look on Josh's face when he runs up on Ramsey is quite a, what was that, pal? moment. I'm sure he's saying something like, I knew you would do the exact thing you just did, so I told my guy to adjust, and we beat your ass. That's not trash, Jalen. That's not a garbage pick. No, that's big brain football.
Took him off and he gonna squat. It was simple. I knew it. It was simple. I said, all right, go.
I hang my hat on as a player that he got that dog.
The amount of times this stuff happens in an NFL game is straight up wild. I was lucky enough to see it firsthand from the Sheriff and so many other genius teammates. Every week this season, you'll get this feature right here on this show from us and our friends at NFL Films, giving love to the players for their commitment to the game, for their smarts, for their big brain football.
Wasn't no butch. I just got a big brain, bro. I got a big brain. Smart guys who do it.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. We are live. We're back. Hour 3. Feel Good Friday. I am AJ Hawk sitting in for Pat McAfee. We just had him live from the game day set down in Boone, North Carolina. Football! Best one yet, right?
By far.
Best one yet. Good. All right, I'm going to take that positive energy into the weekend and bring it back here next Friday, hopefully.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Oh, here we go. What's up, Ty Schmidt?
How you doing?
Boston Connor.
What's up, AJ?
Zeke, how you doing? The Bears can get blasted Sunday night. Sorry about it.
Bet a money line, baby. Let's go. Bet
Okay. All right, Nick, you doing all right back there?
Doing good, man. Just wait and see if Mac Jones is going to show up on Sunday.
Come on. Ooh, okay, Evie, you okay, Evie, back there?
Yep, all's good.
Lions are favorites for the first time in forever, it seems like.
Right?
17
yeah,
years.
Win too.
Is it 17 years? No.
24 games or something like
Hey,
that.
good for them. Lions, they're going to do all right. And then Tone Diggs, let's see. Diggs, what do you got going on this weekend?
What do you mean?
Whoa.
What is?
Okay. What's up, dude?
Is this a Letterman? Is this J.J. Watt situation, or what are we wearing?
This is a fucking sweet Letterman jacket, isn't it?
Yeah, what is...
Can
Hold on,
you
let me
see
see.
what
Show me what
that
the elbow
says?
says.
Can you see what that
Twisted
says?
Tea. Is it time for Tone's Twisted Top 10 presented by Twisted Tea?
It is time for Tone's
Holy
Twisted
smokes,
Tea.
get
God
twisted!
damn.
Fucking twisted! I can't... This thing has the tiniest baby little slot for my hand. I can't get my hand in
A
there.
lot of people are going to be wondering, what's Tone's Twisted Tea?
What is
Top
it?
10?
Yeah. What is it, Tony?
Let me first tell you the Twisted Tea is a super refreshing hard iced tea, okay? What? It tastes like real iced tea. But guess what?
What?
It's got 5% ABV if you want to get a little twisted. Okay. This is what we're doing for Tone's Twisted Tea Top 10, okay? Each week, I believe I'm going to be providing my top 10 college football rankings, all right?
Okay.
But guess what?
What?
There's going to be a little twist in there, okay? There's going to be a little twist in the,
I get
in the
it.
rankings.
I get it for Twisted Tea.
Like there's going to be two teams out of place, okay?
Twisting them.
So what? We're going to look at this and say, oh, wait, you're a big dumb idiot because these are wrong. And you're going to say, well, that's the twisted
Maybe
part.
there's a twist in there, but we don't know what the twist is. If you tweet us with hashtag Tones Twisted Top 10, the letter 10, and by letter I mean number. Hashtag TONES Twisted TWISTED Top TOP and 10 hashtag Tones Twisted Top 10. And guess which two teams are twisted? You're entered for a chance to win $500.
Whoa! Can I go through your list real quick?
Yeah, let's. I believe we have a graphic.
Oh, God, look at Tone. Is that Baker Mayfield?
Is that you from high school?
Tone, did you get your ears pierced? Do you have earrings on?
Yeah,
shit.
Fucking diamond studs from Claire's. Don't worry about it. Okay, my twisted top 10 is Georgia number 1. I feel like that's not
twisted.
Georgia should be there. Okay,
Yeah, they're dogs.
fucking Stetson Bennett. They are a dough. Ohio State, C.J. Stroud. They're fucking. I mean, they're
okay.
You're good.
You got to feel good about that, AJ.
It should be. Yeah, it's fine. I don't. Who cares about this? All we care about is the end of the season.
Bama's at 3. Okay, tough game against Texas.
Yeah,
do they have what it
tough,
takes?
man.
Do they have the secondary? Do they
Michigan
have the
at
wide
4?
receiver? Michigan at 4. They just found their quarterback in J.J. McCarthy. Oklahoma at 5. Venables. Maybe do they have a defense now again? USC. Fucking Caleb's been playing.
That's a good one. Wow.
Caleb's been playing unbelievable. Clemson at 7. You know, a lot of people have them higher, but do you have a quarterback is my question. BYU at 8? Wow. Listen, one of the most experienced teams in college football because I believe they got to go on a mission, and everyone's 26.
That's right.
Oklahoma State at 9, and Tennessee rounds out my top 10 with an incredible offense with Hendon Hooker and those wideouts.
Can we guess?
are
Do we get to
dogs.
guess what we think is twisted?
Well, you can tweet hashtag Tones Twisted Top 10 and guess which two teams are twisted for a chance to win $500. You can guess. Go
All
ahead.
right, Bill, tweet that out for me, Bill. You don't have my password already. Yeah.
Yeah, you can, what do you think?
I need my
What do you
social
think?
media person to
Which
tweet
two
that
do you
for me.
think Which two teams do you think are
Can we pop
twisted?
that top 10 list up again? Okay, so Alabama at 3, they won by 1 point last week?
They did.
Yeah, 29.
This is kind of like Big Brother when there's the mole, okay? And he's like fucking up all the games, so you got to figure out which
Like,
game.
you ever heard of Mafia? You ever play that?
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing? Like, if I'm the killer, I got to make sure I'm quiet?
Yeah, Clue, kind of.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so, man, BYU at 6 or at 8 feels
Yeah.
kind of weird. What are they on, like, the AP or whatever other rankings coaches?
They're a little farther down.
The 20s, I think.
No, they're not that
They're the
far
teens?
down. I mean, come on. It's
Ty, why are you
BYU.
looking at me? What's up?
Well, I mean, you asking him for the real rankings, so why don't you just give away which teams are twisted here, pal? Why don't you just guess which ones?
I don't know. Okay.
BYU is 12 in the actual
So
rankings.
that feels weird, but where would I move them to? Down to 10 and Tennessee up to 8? I don't know that. I think you had, like, you love USC. I think USC is higher in your head, in that brain of yours, Tone, in your twisted brain.
Do you think that
your twisted team.
I don't know. Have they shown that they can play defense yet? I don't know.
Who cares about defense? They can score points.
I don't know. I can't reveal what's twisted yet, Edge.
All right.
Yeah, I like them top 5. I think Ohio State is twisted. I think they fucking stink because they haven't covered one goddamn game, and that's why I think Ohio State twisted. They should be like 8.
I think Tony's got
BYU
Michigan
number
and
2.
Michigan State mixed up. It should be Michigan State at 4. Michigan out of the top 10 because everyone knows
I don't
they
even
stink.
have. I will reveal this. The two teams that are twisted are both in my top 10. Michigan State didn't make
See,
it.
I was thinking the same thing, Foxy, but Tone deep down is a Michigan man, so I believe he actually might.
Could they
have-
be number 2?
Yeah, well.
Oh.
Okay, so make sure you hashtag Tones Twisted Top 10 and guess which one is twisted for a chance to win $500. Also, Twisted Tea has also partnered with FanDuel for a free college football pick'em contest with $100,000 in total prizes up for grab, including $10,000 to first place. You just pick 6 outcomes, spreads, money lines, or totals, and get points based on the money line odds. Go enter now on FanDuel Sportsbook or FanDuel Fantasy apps for your chance to win up to $10,000, $100,000 in prizes.
That's pretty sweet.
That's awesome, man. Tony, you know what? Congrats on this whole segment and this thing you're doing. Now you got to keep the jacket on at least the rest of the show, and for Hammer Down, don't worry about sweating too much. You'll be fine.
It's very, very hot.
It's part of it. Twisted Tea. I don't know if Conman and Nick are keeping these helmets
I
on.
am. It's comfortable.
Do you guys want to test those out and bash your heads off each other a little bit?
I don't know if they. Sure. I don't know if they paid enough for us to keep it on for the rest of the show.
Oh, you don't know? Okay, all right. Well, step up to the plate, Twisted Tea. Then Diggs is letting you know live on air.
Yeah, Bruce, is that true? Because I'll take this thing off right now.
I thought you said you were going to be buried in that.
I am going to be buried in it, and if I'm not buried in it, I want my ashes in it. Either way.
Okay. Do you know what? Or do people where you're from, Conman, get buried with like their belongings and what they love? I know. I only say this because I know. I don't know if I'm related to this person. I know someone that was buried with like 8 cases of beer and like food. They put all the stuff they love in their casket with them, so they needed like 15 pallbearers. It was so heavy.
That's kind of awesome. Well, I'm from the wild, and I'll be buried with wolves, just like the way my wolf fathers were buried as well.
What does that even mean?
If you have to ask, you don't know.
You're a feral kid. Did they get you? They find you in the woods when you were like 11.
Exactly, like Hatchet kind of.
Wouldn't that makes it? Well,
what?
Rest in peace to Brian and Gary Paulson.
Of course.
Jeez, this show. Nick, do we have phone calls today?
No.
Is the 5-hour energy phone line? It's not operating?
I think it is, but no one called in.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Then we don't need to do it. I was just going to ask you. But, yeah, if people do call in, we will go to them, right, Nick? We might pot them up a little bit later. We have plenty to get to before that, though, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Diggs, later I'm going to come to you for a giveaway that we're going to do, but that'll be towards the end of this hour, okay?
Sounds good.
Just want to put a tease out there for all the people. But what I did want to do, Evie, DeAndre Swift, no practice the last 2 days. You feel confident he's going to play this week? He had a big game last week.
He said there's no doubt he's playing. Tony just gave me this tidbit that Washington has given up 7 runs per carry, so I expect him to have a big day.
Yeah, week 1, Commanders against the Jags gave up about 7 yards per carry. DeAndre Swift ran for like 140 last week. So,
And an ankle doesn't worry me as much as like a hamstring or a groin pull or something, because those kind of linger all the time. Ankle can absolutely linger, but you can kind of fight through the pain. Hamstring or like soft tissue injury, you can't really just gut it out.
And that's what Rap Sheet said. It was a pain thing. So they'll probably just, shoot him up and be ready to go? Is that what they do?
Depends. I don't know how much they do that. It's not my experience in the league, but a lot of people, that's their experience, so I don't know what they do there.
MCDC will get it done.
Yeah, Jamal Williams back up, too.
He's so good,
and their O-line is unbelievable.
Are you worried at all, though, that for the Lions to be successful, like he needs to touch the ball like 35 times, and if he's a little bit banged up, you
can mix
put
that.
more
mix
on
it, though.
Jerry Goff's plate and.
I don't think they want to put more on Goff's plate.
I don't think they do either.
Week, though.
I said this morning. I guarantee this game comes down to a field goal.
Yeah.
It'll just be one of those games where each team doesn't want to win it, and then the time will run down, and whoever has the ball and has it field goal range, winner.
I mean, honestly, that place, when they're playing well, that place is loud. It's a tough environment. It really is.
There was a lot of false starts from the Eagles last week because it was that loud, I guess.
It legit gets rocking. I played in many games there where I was like, geez, this is awesome. It's a great atmosphere.
It hasn't been like that in a long time, I guess.
Yeah, granted,
this is the week.
It can happen anytime, but this really feels like a Carl Wentz game where he's going to do something absurd.
And that's what the Lions do. They'll give their guy their best game of the year, and it'd make a lot of sense if it was Wentz's.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be his best game of the year, but I could see him like spraining both his ankles against the Lions, like something along those lines. Pick 6 from the end zone.
I sure hope not. There's just, when in doubt, throw it up to Scary Terry.
Yeah, and the rookie they have, Jahan Dotson.
Yeah,
stud.
Good last week.
Stud, man. Also, Olave, too, for the Saints. I'm bouncing around, obviously, in my head thinking about games. I know what the Bucs are going to the Saints to play them. You guys all really feel good about the Saints?
I love the Saints.
Yeah.
My worry...
Wait, is who's all out for Tampa Bay, though?
No one officially besides Godwin.
Okay.
They were just, it's Julio, it's Evans. These are guys who...
These are like vet days,
correct.
probably, right?
Donovan Smith might be a game-time decision as well.
Yes, left tackle. Falcons ran the ball and threw the ball pretty well on New Orleans' defense last week. And New Orleans' defense normally has Tom's number. But I want to make sure the Saints, like last week, for their defense was just kind of like a week 1 weird thing.
Yeah, because that was they got torched by Mariota.
Yeah, I love Demario Davis. He stepped up. The big Mariota was trying to get the 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1. Remember he fumbled the ball.
Yeah,
got up. Still looked like he was still going to get it. Nope.
Cordell
was right there in the middle.
I think Patterson ran for like 120.
He looked good, man. He looks good as a tailback. He's so tall too, and he's so. I don't know how much does that dude weigh?
What would have his career been like if he was always just running back instead of
receiver, return man, all of it? I think it adds to it. I think it's almost like if he was strictly a running back, it wouldn't be nearly as special or like cool, I think.
Well, that's what when the Vikings drafted him, like they basically like he wasn't that great as a receiver, and they pretty much just turned him into a return specialist.
Yeah,
like I feel like they kind of set him back a little bit.
I want to say like 13.
Because it was during AP. That's why it felt like really there was no thought to like, hey, let's try this guy running back. Say Adrian Peterson.
What a cool like career arc for him though. For Patterson, like I'm sure some people wrote him off. Like, oh, this guy isn't going to be like much of an offensive threat or whatever. And I was like, I don't know. He's really damn explosive and he's huge and he's smooth. Like, I love everything about him. And no, you give him the ball as a tailback, he's trying to run everybody over.
Yeah, he was unreal in New England. He was awesome when he was on the Patriots. I know he had a kick return against the Bears that won us the game. Only won by a touchdown. But, yeah, it is one of those things where, if he was playing running back his whole career, what would he be doing now instead of, those first 4 or 5 years?
He might be too beat up.
I was going to say it actually might have elongated his career. But
it's like when guys miss time in camp. Or they'll miss like 3 weeks in camp or something. I'm like, it's probably good. You probably just extended your career a little bit actually by not banging. Back in the day, I should say, back when you're doing 2-a-days from the start of training camp. I'm like, you'll be okay, man. You'll be all right as long as you're safely, securely on the team.
With the Bucks and Donovan Smith and Todd Bowles coming on, basically just saying like, it's really just a pain tolerance thing. Like, is that just a direct like, hey,
shot.
If you're tough, you're gonna play, but if not,
I would take it as a shot. Absolutely. What is the injury?
Hyperextended elbow.
Yeah, that sucks. Obviously, it's not
a tackle
fun,
too.
So he puts on the old J.J. Watt brace, right?
Yep.
And then you play with it, and you're like, oh, as long as the brace is here, you probably can't get you to the range of motion that would cause any more damage, hopefully.
Yeah.
But if your coach is saying that, I'm guessing he said that behind the scenes to him as well.
Yeah, Cameron Jordan. Like, it's not as if they're going up against a bunch of schlubs. And it was a massive difference for the Cowboys. That's why they only scored one touchdown, because for the Bucks at least, because when Donovan Smith went out, then Michael Parsons all of a sudden was just chewing that guy up on third down.
I hope the Cowboys are good just so you don't waste Micah Parsons and what he is. The guy, I don't know.
CeeDee Lamb, too. I mean, they have a bunch of good young
Like
players.
what Micah Parsons does on defense, how he moves is so unique and like almost awkward. He doesn't look like the normal smooth, like, oh, this is how you should do it. That's what makes him so good and so special. Like, you don't really know where he's coming and what move he's going to do because he is just such great instincts too, and he's explosive and runs a 4.2 40.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it's possible that he could be pretty decent, but like that also just like underscores how important it is, like having like a somewhat serviceable backup quarterback, especially when you have a guy like Dak who, not that he's injury prone or anything like that, but like he's missed a good deal of time the last 2 years. So like they kind of know and they still went into this season with, it's like, hey, if he gets hurt, we're kind of fucked anyway. And again, Cooper Rush could be great and he could kind of keep them in it, but like, there's a reason that after Dak got hurt, everyone's like, oh, yeah, the Cowboys are fucked. Their season's over.
Con man, who'd your team play again, the Patriots?
Oh, we're playing against the Steelers.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Mac Jones, back spasms, which is great. Mm-hmm. Good news to hear because I thought, oh, you're back. You got to get an MRI. Hopefully it's not a slip disc. You always think something like that.
I was ready for Hoyer.
Yeah, back spasms mean like, it's going to be painful. They will come and go, I would imagine.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know how
a tough
you
son of a bitch. I mean, he got crushed.
They got to win, though, right?
Yeah, they do have to win.
They need to win just to cool things down a little bit.
Well, the worst part is, like, if we don't win this week, then it's the Ravens home opener, and then it's Green Bay and Lambeau. So it really is like if we're 0-4, granted we have 5 or 6 weeks after the Green Bay game where it really drops off as far as team-wise, and then the bye, and then the Jets again. But, like, you need to get one of these 4, or else there really is.
I think you want to even 2-2. You need to feel pretty decent. Would make you feel okay.
Yeah, and they play the Ravens really well in Lamar, and it is the first game at home, so you'd hope there'd be a little extra juice. And then even when you watch the Packers, it's like, okay, well, maybe they'll still have some problems on offense that we can, do well with. But we have a good defense, so it feels like we'll be in any game. But, like, Pittsburgh's kind of the same way.
Can they score any points?
Who's that?
No.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, I thought you meant New England.
That's what I'm saying. Either offense isn't prolific right now.
Bet your kid's life on the under. That's what I would do.
And it's 40-something?
I'm not super sold on them scoring a ton of points yet.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to move on to your boy Pickett soon? Or if they don't, in a game or two?
I didn't think Mitch played bad
he was all right. He was
in week
fine.
1. I hate the offensive design. I'll say that.
What do you mean? What do you like? What do you?
Just
what don't
everything's outside the numbers. It's very college-like. Not a lot over the middle.
Hey, Ken.
Like,
how's Naj?
Naj? As far as injury-wise?
Naj.
Injury-wise?
Yeah.
Full practice yesterday.
That scares me, though. He says it was a Liz Frank deal, right? He's still dealing with that?
Apparently.
Yeah, it was like a re-aggravation, but it sounded like it wasn't that bad.
Okay, good.
They couldn't run the ball to save their lives last week. It was like 2 yards a carry or something.
Probably
like
won't
that.
against the Steelers or against the Patriots.
Yeah, it's the only good thing is like Tony always talks about the offensive line for the Steelers, and the best part of the Patriots is their defensive line. So like that's kind of what I fall back on when I get really down about Sunday.
I want to see the Steelers get off the field without TJ as well.
That's a gigantic thing that we haven't mentioned much this show. That TJ Watt is not going to be there at least for the next 4 to 6 weeks,
Yes.
right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went on IR, so at least 4.
Yeah.
And torn pec, man, he's such a game changer. Yeah. So Highsmith has to step up. Who else will be stepping up on the outside?
Highsmith had 3 sacks last week.
I like Highsmith, man. I watched that. I called one of his college games. I was like, this guy is a
Charlotte,
stud.
I believe.
Yes, he was a monster then, and his coaches he was like another head coach for their college team. They say they had so much respect for that dude and everything about him. Then I watched him just dominate. I'm like, okay,
and then
he's easy to root for.
He can win the one-on-ones. It's will he get one-on-ones? Not TJ's out.
Yeah, I don't know.
They traded for Malik Reed from Denver literally right before the season started, and he had like 6 sacks for Denver last year. So
it turned out to be a nice trade.
Yes, thank God there. So it's going to be those two, but you still have Cam coming up the middle. That'll help.
He might put a punishing on Cole Strange. And Cole Strange,
I heard Cole played pretty well.
He played really well, but they don't have
did.
Cam Hayward in Miami.
He went up against a rookie guard last week against the Bengals, and that caused a lot of fits.
Yeah.
But it's always great when you get pressure up the middle, because that's huge.
Every quarterback has to feel very uncomfortable. They can't step into a throw. They're always and I would imagine it's always on your mind too. If you just feel, oh man, the second I either take the snap under center, which is usually going to be a shotgun now, I better figure it out and if I don't throw it to this first guy, I got to take off because this guy's going to kill me.
Which offense do you feel better about in that one?
I don't know. I don't know what the Patriots are. I'm trying to figure out what they are. Mac going down, I don't know. I can't tell who's. I like the weapons outside that Pittsburgh has. I do. I just don't know if either of them are going to light up the scoreboard ever, but they don't need to.
Yeah, exactly.
Steelers, that's the Steelers game, and the Patriots. Hey, we're going to play great defense, field position,
Good
special teams. It's old school football.
Yeah, the only thing really I feel
old school boring football that people don't like to watch.
Exactly, and I feel like that reflects the coaches just because they are kind of old school guys. But the only thing I think if you're a Patriots fan to look for is the wide receivers, because with Miami they have Xavier Howard, they have Byron Jones, they have Holland, and obviously the Steelers have Minka, but they don't have that top paid corner like the Dolphins do. If you can't get separation against the Steelers, there's a big chance that we are in for a long season.
Do you think there's a chance the Steelers maybe slide him over and send Bubby Spillane off the edge a little bit, or
something to think about?
Bubby only comes from one spot, and that's dead center of the field.
Bubby's actually the nickel linebacker, comes in on third down, which
with that head
you love.
Huh?
With that hard head of his, he's a third down nickel backer too. That's amazing. The guy can do it all.
Miles Jack stays on the field too, right?
Sometimes Miles Jack, Devin Bush. Actually, Devin Bush played a lot. Actually, pretty good in week 1. It was good to see.
Oh yeah. Okay. Dolphins. Tua. I've heard conflicting reports on how people think he played week 1.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a lot of lowlights that always get tweeted or
They love showing his the one ball that came up 15 yards short,
and that was
they
tipped.
love that.
And it was tipped. So there are a lot of those, but I don't think it bodes well for Tua that Tyreek Hill's tweeting good ball 15 with the crying face emoji watching the Chiefs Dolphins game. And maybe it's because, Tyreek Hill didn't have any of those long deep balls, and the one unbelievable play he made should have been a pick, but he made a great play. So
what a play.
I do think there is maybe this one right here.
Oh yeah, Tua just threw that sucker out.
Yeah. So I think the Dolphins are legit. I think they'll end up making a run and probably getting one of the wild card spots. But it doesn't seem like everything's great in Miami if Tyreek Hill's doing that shit.
I saw people ripping Tua because after the game he basically said something along the lines of I'm not the biggest guy and I can't see everybody.
Yes.
So my receivers, if I can't see you, I can't get the ball to you. So you need to get somewhere where I can see you. And it's
that was crazy to me a little bit.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. I saw it. It was on Twitter. It was most people said, "Is this real?"
Yeah, it was just
serious?
a clip, and that's
people
what I was
thought he was joking or something.
I wonder if this is taken out of context and this is cut up, but it seems like that. I don't know what the question was, but he basically just said "Hey, I'm not very big. If I can't see you, I can't get you the ball. So if you're not running a slant, okay, there's a good chance I'm not throwing it to you."
I don't know if that's a thing. I haven't heard other quarterbacks
and the
say
touchdown
that.
came on the slant to Waddle, which was a nice ball.
Great ball,
right
great
on the
ball.
money.
perfect ball. You're right. It was an awesome play. This thing sits back.
You saw him perfectly.
Jalen Mills hustling.
I like
Waddle's
the fans
awesome.
waddle.
I
I like when
love
the fans
Waddle.
waddle. They cut
Dude,
to the
yeah,
fans and they're
best.
starting to waddle. It's
To your point, AJ, like who's another quarterback that was like that size that excelled like Drew Brees? You think Drew Brees is going to come out and say that?
Nah, Drew never said that, did
Well,
he?
he had to look through the bottom of his face
He
mask
did.
too, because it was always.
Yeah, but it feels like those guys knew where their receivers would be, even if they didn't see them. Like they knew the spots to throw to.
Did they when they first got in the league, though?
Yeah, I don't know. But, this is to his third year.
There was times in college, though, like when Tua was rolling, where I'm like, man, this dude seems like the perfect QB.
Came in and won a national
so
championship.
accurate, so like cool and calm, and it just has things figured out. Now, I don't know. I'm not 100% either. I don't know either way. I think this year will be huge for him, but I don't know. He's either going to be their franchise guy or he's not, I think. But maybe it's something kind of in between where they kind of have to see how it's going.
But they're not okay with that either, right? Because they drafted him 5th overall, and then you see
Before
what
Herbert.
Herbert's doing, and it's like, Jesus Christ, but boy, we make a mistake here. And then it sucks for Tua, but it's also, it just – and maybe his hip injury, like that
could have changed
his mechanics and stuff like that, but it does. It just like – for a guy drafted that high, it doesn't seem like he has some of those like intangibles that you have to have.
It just
to go
looks
that
different.
high.
It's hard to explain sometimes, but just when you see left-handed does feel a little bit different. His little release, even his release seems different a little bit, like drop down a little bit, which is fine as long as it's quick. All I care about is guys have quick releases. I think all the great ones have a quick release, but it does look different when you watch Justin Herbert. Obviously, the size makes it look different, but something about it just feels in control. Like, hey, this is my show. I'm running this program.
His shoulders are. I don't know if you guys could tell on the broadcast last week or last night. I noticed difference between this year and last year is his shoulders are a lot more level when he's dropping back.
Tua?
Herbert more parallel this year. Last year,
they should highlight that.
Yeah, they did a little bit.
They did?
Yeah, not as much, but they mentioned it once or twice or 50 times.
Can you run that back, Foxy? What a catch here by Mike Williams. Look at this. Look at that slow little get off. If you saw him walk off the line like 3 steps, okay,
that's
nothing.
awesome.
Oh, boom, I'm going to block you. And then he chopped the arms down. But the DB did a great job. He turned his head. Maybe if as he turned his head, if he could have found a way to take that one extra step to get his body into Mike Williams' body, then he probably couldn't have caught it. But you can't do a whole lot more as a DB right now.
No, not at all.
Like inside.
He's so
I like
good
that little
when he's
walk.
on.
I like that. I like his release right there. That's cool to see. And he used his hands too, which I'm coaching 3rd and 4th grade boys. That's all I do. Hey,
how's that
use your
going?
hands. Great. Everything's great, man. But I always say, you do not have to let them block you. Use your hands, chop them, do whatever you have to do. And right there's a great job on the release, not letting the DB get his hands on him. We're going to take a quick 5 there,
You guys
right?
any good this year? Because I know you almost got fired last year because your team sucked.
Oh, no, I didn't get fired. We're good.
They were trying to run you out of town.
We
weren't
want to
they?
know right now.
They didn't want you to call plays, though.
Oh, I don't call plays. I don't want to call plays.
Well, no, you said you did, and then you got it for a week, and then they said, listen, you can't play.
We're in a different league, different team this year.
You flipped the bench and walked off.
Oh, you guys got demoted?
I flipped the bench? No, we moved.
You got
we moved
relegated?
a little bit.
Is your son playing quarterback and DN?
He plays a little bit of everything now. A little quarterback, a little running back, a
Okay.
little receiver.
Like Taysom Hill.
You got to rotate everybody around too and give people touches.
Oh, so it's like, hey, where do you want to play this?
No, it's not that at all. It's like who
Okay.
hasn't got a touch yet, and you got to rotate positions.
Refuse to play linebacker and tell you he doesn't want your life, Dad.
I don't push him like that. He actually does enjoy
I don't
linebacker.
want
but he does.
your life.
He does not want to listen to me when I tell him things, or if I want to be critical and tell him, hey, you better get downhill right now.
You ever put your championship ring on and say, get you one of these?
Yeah. What does he tell you when you say stuff? Does he say, you're not even in the Hall of Fame? Or does he say anything? Get in the Ring of Honor, and then I'll believe you. Stuff like that.
That's not on the top of his head. He usually just turns the other way and doesn't want to hear me.
Do you ever grab his face mask and say, hey, get back here? All right?
Yeah, when
I was
rip his
pretty
helmet
good.
off him, I rip his helmet off him, I punt it in the crowd,
Mm-hmm.
and then people are like, oh, this is weird. Why is his dad assaulting his kid?
Hold on to the damn ball.
Yeah, so you're Tim McGraw from
I'm
Friday
the
Night
opposite
Lights.
of that.
Yeah.
I am the opposite of that. But guess what? There are people like that, and I witness it. It
Shout out
happens.
Bob.
Yeah, I can see Carpenter calling his kid Billingsley and taping the ball
No,
to
not
his
Bob.
arm. And
Bob's actually Bob's great with my son because Bob knows, my son will listen to Bobby.
Sure.
He more than he'll listen to me in the moment. So Bobby's son, I'll talk to Bobby's son because he'll listen to me more. That's just how it works. Hey, Jimmy Buffett, he said, to my kids, all I am is the guy that makes pancakes for them in the morning. They don't care that he's entertained the masses and has $1 billion and has Margaritavilles everywhere. That's why we're taking 5 there, Todd.
Does that worry you?
What?
Twisted away.
Your son's not getting your knowledge? He's getting Bobby's?
If it is normal for a kid to not listen to their parents. Bobby's football knowledge, I want him to have.
Got a Hall
Absolutely,
of
all
Fame
day.
dad,
every day.
coach.
Bob's really smart, too, actually. So I hope he gets some of Bob's book smarts because I don't have that. maybe my kids will get some of that. I don't know.
Well, yeah, if they just Bobby should go through the Game of Thrones, walkthrough that he had with your kid then.
Is a 9-year-old too early to watch Game of Thrones?
There might be some mature themes in there that he may.
The opening
not
scene that I
understand.
have seen, when the incest, when the little boy was banging his mom or sister.
sure.
No, the little boy
and they
watches.
pushed him out of the tower.
Yeah, the little boy catches.
That's the only scene on it.
Brother and
he
sister.
catches.
He catches
What do you
the
mean?
brother and
What
sister.
grade is 9?
And then they push him out because he sees.
What grade is 9?
4th grade right now.
4th, really?
Is he driving yet?
Yeah, has 2 different cars.
I feel like I became a man in 5th.
You did. What does that mean? You became a man?
Watched like a rated R
I have
movie.
memory. I can't remember 4th grade. I can
What are
remember
you-
5th grade.
First time he jerked off.
You were
That
bopping.
That was much later. I was a man of Christ before that.
Celibate. I respect that, Tony.
Yeah,
Abstinence.
Fifth grade is when school, I feel like, gets legit. When I remember 5th grade being hard for me, where I had a bunch of books, a bunch of reading, a bunch of
Yikes,
math.
Hawk.
Terrible. You guys had easy 5th grade in Plum?
I mean, what were you reading? The fucking Tale of Two
No,
Cities?
the
in fifth
stupid
grade?
history book was this
Jesus.
big, and we had to do it. We had a bunch of homework and a bunch of reading. You guys don't get it. We're gonna take 5. Guys. We're taking 5. These guys are idiots. They didn't even go to school. We'll see you in 5. Thanks. Come on back.
I just saw a picture of you getting out of, I think, a 757 that was from Jim Irsay. What was that, and have you ever been in that plane before?
I thought it was like the team plane to fly all of the Indianapolis Colts. Literally, I mean, it's got the logo on it, Pat, and it was awesome. But look, that's just Jim. Pat, I had a wonderful 14 years there. It's obviously the team that I wanted to play for always. I understood the decision he had to make, and no hard feelings. And for him to send his plane to fly me and my son down here, it was a great gesture. A lot of room for me and Marshall. We were throwing the football. So, pretty cool experience. Pretty cool father-son weekend.
By the way, as he's moving from event to event right now, you are the best, dude. Where are you headed right now?
I'm going to the game. I got Lynch. I got Faneca. I got these guys in the background.
Boys, congratulations. Yeah! Congratulations, boys. All right, Peyton. Oh, hey, there he is. Marshall, I hope you enjoyed that plane, pal. Hey, Peyton, last thing here. You talking to Tom Brady, you becoming friends with him. It was interesting to watch. Oh, yeah, take the photo. Take the photo. All right, we will wrap this up.
Well, I'll tell you, Pat, I don't think anybody can do what Tom has done. Look, I know how hard it was for me to get on the same page with my receivers, learn a new system, learn new coaches. But I had a full off season. I was injured. I was rehabbing. The fact that Tom has done this in a COVID pandemic off season, no time to meet with his receivers. He met with his coaches illegally by breaking into Byron Leftwich's house. So besides that, it's been incredible what he's been able to accomplish, and he deserves all the credit. His leadership is what's put the Bucs in this game today, and I have great respect for him because I know how hard it is, but he deserves all the credit.
Hey, how did you know Red 18 was coming?
Pat, I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you telling that story and just growing the legend. That was about the 18th time I tried it. I was 17 going into that. And, you know, when it doesn't hit, you just keep walking. Nobody ever really tells you about it. So when it hit, I was as surprised as you were. And the reaction from some of the good old folks there in the casino that night was pretty special.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. You made me and those folks in the casino a bunch of money. Congrats on the Hall of Fame nod. Thank you for spending time. Enjoy yourself at the game, Peyton.
Pat, thanks, pal. I appreciate you.
The Sheriff, Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning. The Jacksonville Duval Jaguars are dead. And I think that is something that is a shame. But we should at least have a moment of silence, I guess, for the Urban Meyer-led Jacksonville Jaguar squad. He chose one time not to fly back home with the team after a loss. Said, I gotta see the grandbabies. That's right. The only babies he saw were those young ladies at the shop house that week. Couple fingers. Devil. He had to answer a lot of questions about that, but then he got back on track and started coaching football.
Oh, yeah.
Forget about the fingers.
And they won. They won a game in London. How'd they win? It's because they forgot about the finger. That's right. And then they came back to America. And they lose. And they lose. And they lose. And they lose. And anonymous sources say this guy fucking stinks. He's laughed out of meeting rooms. Everybody wants to smack him in the mouth.
Attitude reflect leadership, Captain.
Have a little mirror therapy, pal.
A little bit.
You stink.
You guys ever get yourself one of these? I didn't think so, you losers.
Hey, this one from high school, this one from college, and this one right here, middle fingers open for the NFL. If any of you would stop fucking me over.
Goddamn right.
That's what we're trying to get. Hey, you, defense coordinator.
What's that?
You got any of these?
No, I don't. I don't.
That's why I thought you're a fucking loser.
I'm sorry, Coach.
You need to stop by the job. Anyways, they're dead.
Welcome back, Friday, September 16th. I don't know what we have running in the background. It sounds like somebody is pretty upset. Was that Mike Tomlin? Who was that?
Ed Reed.
Ed Reed going crazy. I can hear the passion in Ed's voice. But Friday, September 16th, I'm AJ Hawk sitting in for Pat McAfee. We're winding up this hour 3. All the boys are here. Pat's down in Boone, North Carolina for the App State Troy game tomorrow with game day. But we have a big giveaway in the guy in the office that likes to tell us about these giveaways, usually at least when I'm here, Tone Diggs. What's up, man? What is this thing?
It is Feel Good Friday, so we do have the traditional Feel Good Friday giveaway.
Okay.
The hashtag for this week is hashtag PMSNFL Week 2.
Hell yeah.
The number 2.
Okay. Number 2.
Hashtag PMSNFL WEEK 2.
Why'd you just rip that sheet of paper?
It was stuck underneath here. I'm looking for the hashtag so I can repeat it, but I don't see it.
Hashtag PMSNFL Week 2. We just came up with it.
Oh, there you go.
Make sure you put your hashtag in the tweet, please. That's how you'll get paid. If you happen to be a winner this week. How do you win this week, you say?
Yeah,
how do you, Tony?
Spreads?
Thank you, boys. No.
How is it? Tell us the story, Diggs.
You tweet using hashtag PMSNFL Week 2.
I feel like you're figuring this out on the fly, maybe.
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
All you have to do is pick a winner from the games in the NFL slate for Week 2. There they are. So, like, for example,
what's a lock? Tell me a lock on that
hashtag PMS NFL Week 2 Rams. Make sure you put your hashtag in there.
Bengals.
10 winners of $500.
Wow.
A lot of money.
Is what we will be doing. And you'll be entered in to win if you pick a correct game. And that is the Feel Good Friday giveaway this week. Hashtag PMS NFL Week 2. Put your hashtag a winner from Week 2, and good luck.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Diggs. I really appreciate it. We're going to get out to the 5-hour energy phone lines here, guys. Nick, I think we're ready to pod these guys up. Let me see if I can get them on my own. If not, Nick, I might need your help. Fabio in Chicago. What's on your mind, pal?
Hey, boys, how's it going? Keep it moving.
There we go.
Basically.
Hey, so I know NFL football is on the mind this weekend, but I think we're missing out on an opportunity not to talk a little bit of AFL. So if you boys haven't been keeping up today, there's 2 games. Basically, their version of the AFC and the NFC championship game. Tone, you're going to be happy to hear this. Geelong Cats this morning.
I know, dude.
Look,
Cats are
an
dominated.
absolute demolition job on the Brisbane Lions, 120-49.
Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Hello?
You hang up on him?
Fabio, what's his name? Fabio?
Yeah.
He's not there anymore. Fabio.
He didn't sound Australian.
No, he didn't, I guess. Hey,
just a big fan.
Ryan in South Carolina. What's going on, bud?
Thank you, Fabio.
We're not talking AFL?
Yeah.
Appreciate you,
How we
Fabio.
doing?
I wish
Keep
we
it
could.
moving.
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
Hey, I just want to give a big shout out to Zito in the back. Bear down.
Shout out.
Also, 9.5 fucking points. What are we doing, boys?
What do you mean? You think the Bears going to win this one? You don't think you think
Bears
it's not
are going to
fair?
kill the Packers.
Hell yeah! Kill the Packers.
What are you talking
What's the
about?
score going to be?
Bulletin board material.
The score is going to be 24-21 Bears.
Blowout City.
From Ohio.
Sorry about it, Ryan. Blowout City, 24-21.
Yeah, that's bold.
Better
Okay,
hope
Ryan.
Rodgers isn't listening.
Better if Aaron's listening. Guess what? Just stack another chip up, Ryan.
That's
Ryan,
right.
appreciate your caller, man. Thank you very much. That's awesome. I'm going to go to this guy, Oliver, in Milwaukee. I think this, man, why is so much Bears talk this week?
Bird on.
They win one game. And
Yeah.
Hey, Oliver, in Milwaukee, what's going on?
Be loud when he can be.
Hawk, you hearing me?
I hear you, Oliver. What's happening?
Man, we got to talk some Bears Packers right now.
Okay.
I grew up watching Hawk. You know, I saw it all. I saw the Packers. I saw the Bears. I saw them giving them what's up. But this Sunday is different. I'm seeing something different. The tides are turning in Chicago. Eberflus. It is what it
Might
is.
be right.
Man. The Chicago football is back. I genuinely think, I'm telling you right now, I think the Bears might take them by 10 or 14.
Let's go.
I mean,
anything's possible, I guess.
Fresh
But
meat.
if Mike Martz is listening, he's destroying.
Don't even give me that anything's possible talk.
Okay, tell me.
I'm talking, it's almost a fact at this point.
It's almost
I mean,
a fact. Okay.
Rodgers,
Almost
look at him last week. When's the last time you saw Rodgers throw a pick in the
Turns out almost a fact.
First game last year,
week one.
Possibility.
About
He said
364 days
NFC
before
North. It's been a while, though.
About 2019 or whatever.
that.
Huh?
Yeah. Hey, the NFC North,
You don't see
top
that
to
too
bottom.
often.
NFC North, top to bottom, is doing well. Like they're definitely improving. They're definitely better. But until the Bears come out and beat the Packers by 14 or 21 at home, I'm going to have to see it first, I guess, before I can make that prediction.
Yeah, big win last week, but and again, conditions are all sloppy. Like Justin Fields completed 9 passes, and granted, it was
when he needed to, he got the big. He found a way to win, which is awesome. Which is
I
what
would
you need to do.
imagine that the Packers are going to respond this week. If you get fucking embarrassed by the Bears on Sunday Night Football,
That's when you hit the panic button.
Exactly,
Green Bay.
we'll be having a much different conversation come Monday.
Do you think the
but
Packers' defense is going to step up too?
I would imagine so.
Their defense is still awesome. I think Quay Walker, even in the last game, I think he still played very well.
Bears
I think
O-line
they can
stinks,
run.
too.
Yeah.
Is Justin Jefferson on the Bears?
Not that I know of.
No, but they got
They have Darnell Mooney though.
and St. Brian revenge game.
True.
Oh, you're right.
That's a
I didn't
good
think
point.
about
I
that.
hadn't thought about that.
Did they talk that when they
EQS
the spread?
Huh?
When they were
made
putting the spread together, did they talk about that?
Yeah,
the
that's why
revenge
it's not
factor?
13 and a half.
And
Is
Jim
that
the
something
Brown
nobody?
Bear.
Jim the Brown Bear died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought it
Was
down.
this big
from
news
11.
I should have known about?
Was he the Bears mascot?
No, he was just a bear at Brookfield Zoo. But
Okay, so it's
Brookfield's in Chicago.
And so, like, all the players are all distraught, or what?
yeah, dude,
it would be much different if
big
this
hit in the
bear
community.
ran out of the tunnel every week with the team.
Sure.
Like,
could have
Or
been
like a famous Bear player from like the 80s or something.
Or a
like the
famous Packers
dolphin, like
player.
the dolphin from Ace Ventura. Like,
Right.
that was an actual mascot.
Snowflakes.
I think it was pretty gruesome though because the bear ate like a child's ham sandwich or something, so they came out and shot it in the head like 50 times.
Like old buddy Harambe.
Very similar.
Was that Harambe they shot in front of everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he had a kid.
There was a kid in the thing though. I think that's what they were like, Jesus Christ, Jim grabbed a thing of Cheez-Its and they went crazy. And
So they may have overreacted a bit.
No, people respected Jim, dude. No one ever went in there and fucking put their hands.
No,
in
they're
his
saying
mouth.
no. Some little kid was walking by and he said, "Oh, I see you got the little miniature pack of goldfish.
Exactly.
The ones that have multicolored."
Every
My kids
kid
love
in
it.
Chicago.
Smiles back.
Mine.
No.
You're saying instantly a dude just came and beat him with a bat?
yeah, shit, Jim's got goldfish, shoot him in the head. And they did.
It was quick. Swift.
I hope they put a curtain up or something so the kids didn't see it.
Oh, they saw
Well, they
it.
had to take him out quick.
You
Bears aren't
guys are
supposed to eat
assholes.
goldfish.
Jim died 3 days ago.
It's the law of the
How
jungle.
dare you?
Circle of life, right, Zeke?
What was the
Did he have any kids?
Poachers win.
Did Jim have any kids?
I think Jim had 2 kids that
Jim
see
Jr.?
his life. Yeah, I
So
think
good. The legacy
Jim and
lives on
Jeanette.
in
Jim
the
is
zoo?
survived by
Okay.
2
Is he
little
still there?
cubs, Yeah.
It could be. I don't know.
Maybe to honor Jim, Zeke, you should break into the zoo and free his children.
Yeah, like Madagascar.
That'd be sweet.
Also, you guys do not respect primates like you should. You guys
Bears-
act like you could have a pet chimp and be fine.
Well,
Don't
nobody's
ever
ever
do
said
that.
that.
Don't ever.
No,
No, you
who
guys
said
like, oh, we'd be fine.
No, we tell you the tale of
talking
caution
about?
every time this comes up about Miss Brooke.
Miss
and how
Brooke.
her spine
Was that
got-
real though?
Got her
spine
back
got
torn
ripped
up
Yeah, look it up.
by an orangutan.
All too real.
Read a book.
All
Is
too
she
real.
alive?
You know me, I wouldn't lie.
Barely. Is she alive though?
Barely.
No, but there was a statue outside of our elementary school of her.
See, nobody. That's why I can't believe
With
any
the
of the story.
orangutan
On her back.
on her back. Yeah, reading her a book.
The Bears are chicken shit if they don't put like a jersey patch on for Big Jim or something like that.
At least a helmet decal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What if Justin Fields throws a touchdown pass in the first series and he lifts up his jersey and it's a picture he drew on a white shirt of a Sharpie of the bear. And it just says Jim.
Big Jim.
Points to the sky.
Because remember when Za'Darius had it's a person in Green Bay worked there.
That second if that happened.
Yeah.
Because then I knew they cared.
I think they are going
That's
to.
all we want to know. Like
He might actually come out wearing Big Jim's pelt as he runs onto the field.
That would be so warm.
I'd hammer the
So
field.
warm, man.
It's cold in Green Bay.
They don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care.
Does Ginny McCaskey care about the bear?
Virginia?
Yeah.
Yeah, she cares.
Okay.
Verge?
Yeah.
Is she doing anything for the Bear then?
Who?
Verge.
Oh, Virginia. Yeah.
What'd you call her?
Virginia definitely is. Yeah. She's
Here we go.
Sick herself, though.
I got to go to the 5 Hour Energy phone lines. We're getting here real quick. What code McAfee get 10% off?
Yes, sir.
5hourenergy.com.
You got it. You nailed
Hawaiian Breeze that we're beta testing this flavor.
Right.
Love it. Con man's all in on it.
Yeah,
More
just
than
till the
beta
end of
testing.
September. And I mean, you will learn as soon as you try that Hawaiian Breeze. It'll change your life.
It's like you're on the beach somewhere with Tony Romo sipping Coronas in Hawaiian Breeze.
Well, that would suck. Maybe
5
just
Hour
on a
Energy.
beach somewhere solo.
Yeah, I guess
On
it
the
depends who
Big
you
Island,
ask.
maybe.
Mikey in Phoenix, what's happening, bud?
AJ boys, how are you now? Good and you, not so bad. Happy Feel Good Friday to everybody.
There
I
you go.
wanted to talk
Love it.
about Arizona.
Okay.
And how it's not. We don't really have. I don't want to. No excuses, obviously. Win some fucking games.
Sure.
But the
You
home
can
field
make excuses.
advantage is not like Green Bay. When Green Bay came to town last year, that wasn't exactly a hostile environment. All those northern teams, they have such a following here. Every game I've been to, it's at least 50-50. And I don't think anybody's really talked about that. Like I said, no excuses, but
It's too nice in Phoenix.
the home field advantage.
Well, the Rams don't
is a
have.
huge thing.
The Rams
in
actually
the Valley.
have. They're on the road every week now, right? Because they're on.
And the Chargers.
Yeah. Like, how is that? That's a situation we need to figure out.
See, these nice cities, they have too many nice things, okay?
Is that what it is?
These working blue-collar
Hey,
cities
I
where
appreciate
the
you,
weather
Mikey.
stinks and there's not a lot to do.
That's all they have.
The only thing you have is football.
It's like college football, like I say. Like,
Sure.
you go out to the West Coast, there's just too many options to do on a Saturday. Too many things to do that are really cool other than football. Like, you come to the Midwest and it's the fall, you better be at the football game.
What they should do for LA is instead of putting all those bums out of the city, they should get them together and put them right behind the other team's bench. Yes, because then it'll smell terrible. And they'll probably be throwing up on them, and it'll be a complete. That is
Well,
home
you know how
field
they
advantage.
like it with places that don't have a bunch of attendance. They'll like bus school. They're like, hey,
Oh,
this
yeah.
elementary
Yeah.
school, and they bring all these kids to fill the stands. If they did it with homeless people, it'd be adults that could be much louder. They'd appreciate it. You might be onto something, Colin.
Get tuned up.
Yeah, right behind the bench, and you give them those seats that are like $1,500 a pop.
Well, I mean, if you want the home field advantage.
They might have to. Zeet's putting his arms up through the glass like he wants me to throw him the ball. I'm not joking. I've almost thrown you guys the ball a few times. I really have. I'm not. Don't keep doing that because I might fire
Eric
the
can
thing
fucking
too.
If you can see us, we're open.
You're right. Hey, if I can't see you, but you better find out and see me so I can see you.
That's right.
Right?
Tua.
How tall is Tua?
I think he's
5'6",
5'11".
Oh, come on,
Come
Ty.
on, guy. He's
Ty,
like
what is
5'.
the Joe Rogan situation? I know people try to say he's really short.
6'1".
Wow, yeah. That's a
Don't
good
do
point.
that.
I love Tua.
Do you?
I just don't think he's a great quarterback.
Is he a good quarterback?
Yeah, maybe, but if Lamar Jackson's dangling out there, would you rather have Lamar Jackson than
Well, are
Tua
we
if
are we
given the
trying to say
opportunity?
who would rather have, or are you trying to talk about him as a quarterback?
I'm saying
Combine,
I-
he was 6 foot.
Yeah, was
Thought-
it?
thought he was
So you know
6'1".
it's legit.
Yeah.
Also, like the thing with Tua, when he plays well, he's good. But if he gets hurt again, is there any thought like, all right, 3 years in a row, he's been hurt every year. Do we stick with him? Because when he's good, when he's healthy, he's good and we're a good team. But when he gets hurt, we kind of fall off a little because it's similar to Jimmy G almost.
It stinks. It stinks when you have injury history like that because
Yeah.
it's probably going to happen in the future. It's no guarantee, but if you show a track record of being hurt, chances are you're going to miss some games here and there. Like you see a lot of guys that are playing the league that are outside rushers or whatever. They have a lot of like soft tissue things, and this guy missed 5 games this year, 3 games that year, 10 games that year. It's usually continues, and as you get older, it doesn't get better. Usually.
Yeah.
I just feel like they win with Tua, not because of Tua.
Can they become a team that wins because of Tua? That's what I'm saying. Can he become that good to where, like, hey, he is leading them to victory?
I mean, I think we'll find out this year. You get Tyreek Hill and Waddle.
And
It's like
McDaniels, too, as a
yeah,
play
for
caller.
sure.
Give him his best chance.
Only time will tell.
That's true, Tom.
I
They
think so.
do say that. And time heals all, correct?
It does.
You think time heals all for Russ Wilson in
Not the
Seattle?
deepest of wounds, but
No,
some
they'll
wounds.
hate him forever.
Yeah.
Who, Russ?
They'll clap
Yeah.
for him when they put him in the Ring of Honor or whatever.
Nope. Maybe.
Yeah, I think give it 5 years, 2 years.
If Seattle's good again, then they won't care.
Denver better be good, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've already made their bed. You know,
Well, I mean, they're done, yeah.
Yeah,
You
for
made a
the
good
bad.
point yesterday, though, Con. I think it was you when I asked, like, is Denver worried that they're going to have a situation with Russ like they do? No, because you're right. No, he's 10 years in. He's established. He's arrived. Team 3's already built. It's not like he's going from a guy that was a mid-round draft pick and all of a sudden this
To that
instant superstar.
Yeah.
You're right.
They paid for that. Like, that's what they want, it feels like. They want the veteran quarterback who's going to be the leader, younger head coach.
It's kind of what everybody wants, right?
Yeah, exactly. And he is proven. Like, he's been to 2 Super Bowls, and he's played in the big games. So I feel like that is what you need. Now, will they win games? TBD.
Only time will tell.
You
Exactly.
guys,
It's only
you
week one.
guys think that, okay, say the Seahawks have a Super Bowl
Here we go.
reunion here in a couple of years, 10 years, okay, and Pete and Russ are in a basket carried by a Seahawk flying over the stadium, you don't think the 12s are going to cheer?
They'll cheer.
Who's carrying this basket?
Seahawk.
An actual Seahawk, a big one?
Yeah.
The biggest.
It's going to have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cheering after fucking Pete Carroll rock bottoms him at the 50-yard line.
Or is Pete gonna, if they're in a basket like a hot air balloon, is Pete just going to bend down and lift Russ's legs up and flip him right out of the basket? The old classic move you do off a cruise ship or something?
Well, if he did that, then Russ would just float down like Jesus Christ. He won't die.
I know you go on a Buckeye cruise every year.
How many people is Bob Carpenter doing that to on the Buckeye cruise? Watch this greenhorn. Watch this guy.
Greenhorn. No, I'm just saying, you've seen that in movies where someone's leaning up, like looking at the view in a boat or something, and someone just walks up and lifts their legs up and then just keeps it moving. They go right and sit down at their dinner table right after.
Or just kicks him over like in Step Brothers.
Yeah, you're right. Good movie.
Great movie.
They need to come up with a sequel.
Well, they were thinking about it for a while.
Well, there's a falling out,
They
though.
hate each other.
Yeah, they hate each other's guts now. So
Wait,
it'll never
Will
happen.
Ferrell and John C. Reilly?
No.
Adam Kay.
Adam Kay, his old writing
It's
partner.
kind of John C. Reilly's fault because he's such a goddamn good actor.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell wanted that role as
Yeah.
Jerry Buss in the Lakers show.
Bingo.
Correct.
Holy smokes! I watched the behind the scenes of that dude on roller skates.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Filming it.
Yeah.
I know. I'm 6 months later. I'm talking about it. But I just saw that dude. Like, is that in his resume? Hey, I'm a great roller skater, and I can make very smooth transition if you do a basketball show
Seems
on
like
green
it.
screen.
Yeah.
That
They're going
guy
to make
should
more
win an
seasons, too, I think.
Off topic, but Kamara didn't practice again today. So it's just something about it.
Uh-oh. And you took the Saints.
Did I take? I did.
You did?
Oh, no, you took
No, I
the
took
Bucks.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
You're right. Did Pat stay with the Saints?
Pat,
think so.
Pat took the Saints. Yeah, you guys had the same picks for Panthers,
Tampa Bay's
Browns,
got to win
Jags.
by a field goal at least, right?
Well, hold
I
on.
don't know.
That place is so loud. It's so tough to play. It
Home
really is.
opener. Saints really. Dennis
I want to
Allen's
see the
got us
Giants.
numbered.
How do the Giants respond? Like the biggest opening
right?
game situation you could have for Brian Daboll. Like bring the whole city together. Bring all the Giants fans together. You can't lay an egg.
They
Week
ran
two.
well. Thibodeau might play actually this weekend,
I
so
hope
which is
so.
exciting.
I hope so.
And hey, Panthers got to start winning sooner. Matt Rule might be at Nebraska.
I kind of love the Giants this weekend, honestly. Yeah.
I want. I would be. Maybe I don't know.
Dimes played pretty well.
Yeah, they played well, and it's at home.
How Daniel Jones play though?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, it'll be a Baker versus Daniel Jones. Who plays better? Who outduels the other?
He had that bomb to Sterling. It felt like Baker and Dan Jones actually kind of played the same game.
Yeah.
They sucked in
Yeah.
the first half, and then the second half they came back.
Why-
Daniel
up the
Jones
ball.
had to at least gain a lot of confidence
Sure.
in that. Yeah, he didn't light up the scoreboard and the stats, but he's got to feel pretty good
I
about
like
where
that
they are.
Dayball ripped him a little after throwing a bad pick.
Yeah. I like Daboll, man. And from everything I've heard from people that have played for him or with whatever, like they have good things to say.
Yeah, and their O-line looks awesome, and it feels like it's been 20 years since the Giants have had a good
If
O-line.
Thibodeau just comes in and just starts wrecking shop right off the bat, man,
There's a chance.
they will take that city by
Yeah,
storm.
Leonard Williams.
Will there be any Jets fans left?
Probably because there are a bunch of doofuses over there.
I'm going to the next
Yeah, exactly.
Bengals. When they play the Bengals, I'll
Next
let you know.
weekend.
I'll be
Yeah.
there.
No, you'll know. They're
You think?
absolute fools, yeah.
Is old fireman Bill still
Fireman
there?
Ed, yeah, we killed him for a
Please.
little there, but he's back.
He's back? Mm-hmm. Who killed him?
The Patriots. He stopped. He stopped doing the whole
He was just
entire-
so distraught?
Yeah, he was like, fuck this. This sucks.
What's it like day to day in New England when without Tom Brady, all these question marks? I'm just really curious what it's like there. Like, does it have the same feel? Like, you know how New England has this aura. Man, what's it like? What's it like? I know as a guy that played 11 years, like I still wish I would have played 1 year at least for Bill. I want to know what it was like. Like, what is that Patriot organization like to be in there and be part of? I've talked to all my buddies, and yeah, they love it. I don't know. Does it still have that same thing? Like, man, it's a cool thing they have going. What is that?
I assume just because Bill, it feels like he's changed a little over the years, but it doesn't seem like he's ever deviated from the whole entire thing. Like, you're here to do a job. You come in, you do your shit, you can do whatever you want. If you come in and you don't do your job, then you probably got a tight leash. But it happened with Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne didn't play 2 snaps.
He was just a little bit late. I heard to a meeting, maybe.
To a pregame meeting or a Panthers.
Tom Curran say he was a smidge late. I think
that's what Tom Curran.
I was like, so you probably walked. The door was closing as it was time to start the meeting.
Tom Curran loves to throw those little things in,
stoke the flames.
Yeah, exactly. And granted, could be true, but nothing's been confirmed or not. But Kendrick Bourne, he did basically the Patriot thing, which is just say he'll get his opportunities, and you can tell he's fully bought in, because instead of saying any of the rumors about him being late or anything, he just went with I haven't been showing the coaches what I have, and that's why I think it's kind of the same. Because
Can you use poop if you're a smidge late?
Like he was pooping.
Mm-hmm.
He hopefully, if he was they had like a 5-minute break, and he had to sit down, and a lot of guys are trying to get that done. He's probably still sitting on the toilet. He's like, hey, make sure you tell Bill I'm still here. I can't get up because they're going to cut me, if I'm a minute late. Yeah. So hopefully that
And then the wideout who knew he was going to go in if he was late.
Didn't say anything.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers.
No, I haven't seen him. Haven't heard. What do you mean, Coach? I saw him. I think he's drunk, actually. Like, you think that happened?
Maybe.
You got to look out for
you guys. You guys are sick fucks.
Who is? Who's you guys?
Players.
You're a player, Diggs. What are you talking about? Don't remove yourself from that.
You got to be a sick fuck to play that game.
Okay. You played it at a high level.
At a very
college
high level.
No, I never played.
High school is a high level.
Pittsburgh high school football. Yeah, we were the kings of the town.
What, purple and gold, right?
Exactly. Until we die.
Goddamn.
Staying pride.
Staying life.
You know what they say?
Yeah.
Staying life. Hashtag staying life.
Hashtag staying life. Goddamn right.
How mad are you about that, Diggs?
What's that?
Stolen valor.
Stolen valor.
That's not stolen valor.
We're all Stangs here.
Yeah.
Come on, Nick, get in on this. You know that, buddy.
Blood, sweat, and tears for my Stangs.
That was our band. Our band. Their motto was blood, sweat, and tears. No, in high school.
Oh,
Centerville. It's a good high school band. Very good.
They're like the marching bands.
Said blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah. That was like their motto. That's the first time I heard it way back in the day.
How did they do to each other?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, didn't you take your
internationals? I think too.
Weren't you taking your pads off at halftime to jump in the band?
No, I kept them on. Play the tuba.
Trumpet. Yep.
Play the tuba with it on.
Nice.
Which one's the tuba?
The big
one.
Oh yeah, it was hard to get through my pads.
Yeah, massive.
And I would bend down like I'm dotting the I like a Ohio State guy.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'd fall over though because my shoulder pads in my tuba were too heavy.
Oh.
I'd be face down.
Wow, they made it to the
nose.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
That's pretty good.
Centerville Elks.
Yeah.
Sorry about it, Ty.
That's a pretty big deal.
Sorry about it.
That is pretty.
Ty's worried about nationals. We don't care about nationals.
Why would you?
They're probably doing the opening ceremonies in Qatar for the World Cup coming up.
Well, I would hate that for you because that and
Why? Really, a lot of people.
You have to renounce your alumni.
You would take my name off those banners.
Yep.
Oak Pride. Right now, they're in the States doing well. Okay, guys. So we don't need any of your
Who
toxicity.
they got this weekend?
That's a good question.
Oh, you don't know?
I'll let you know. Today I do. When I drive back, it's 3 o'clock right now. Kickoff's about 7 p.m.
Yeah.
I'll be driving back.
Going
That's
right
when I
to
do
the
my
game, right?
conference call with all my guys. Yeah.
Smart.
All my guys I played with. Yeah. Dead serious. Before, so Herbie used to check in on Centerville. Kirk Herbstreit went to the same high school that I did. And Kirk.
You got Northmont tonight.
Oh, good. Okay, Northmont's a good squad.
4-0 versus 4-0. We got a
Holy shit! Is it game of the week?
I'm sure they're delivering the game ball in a helicopter. That was always what they did for game of the week. Did they do that in Plum in your guys' spot?
Yeah,
John Fecco would come in and drop.
I legit still think that's the most amazing thing ever when they deliver. Jack Pohl, long time, still there. He would, or Hartsock, they'd come and they would deliver the game ball. I was like, this is a big deal. We got a helicopter landing at the 50. I still think it's a huge deal. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's an incredibly huge deal until you realize that the refs have to check the game ball before the game, and they're not actually using that.
It's
ball.
not the real game ball.
No.
What? I look at it completely differently.
Ceremonial
now it's not
game
even
ball?
cool.
Unless the refs
Stop doing that.
Unless the refs check the game ball right there on the field, which I don't know.
Or they check it before they put it in the helicopter.
Could do that.
What do you mean
they
check it?
leave the chopper there for all the kids? They had the
part
life flight out after you injured them.
No, I would. That'd be nice. Wouldn't that be cool? If we'll just leave this thing over here in case we have a stud that hurts everybody. Now there's ambulance. Do you guys have an ambulance at your high school?
Yeah.
Always?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Sitting in the end zone.
It's got to be okay. Yeah, that's all. I'm just reliving. I'm thinking all the high school things. I might go back to a Centerville game soon.
It's also your homecoming.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Hey,
big dance tomorrow, guys.
Maybe
I should volunteer to chaperone.
No, that would suck. You need to go to homecoming as.
Should I take my wife? Hey, I know you didn't go here.
Yeah,
but pull out your old dress.
I've always wanted to take you to homecoming. You should.
That is
They'll
a good
make
point.
you king.
Yeah.
Oh man, Whew,
That'd
that's a
be so
lot. A lot of
romantic.
pressure. I have to
Gag.
get a speech, everything, right?
You'll have
That is my
punch.
nightmare to be a homecoming king. That
What?
would be my nightmare.
Were you nominated?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Right now, I don't even know if we had. I assume we have a homecoming king, don't you? Everybody does.
Yeah, you.
Maybe I didn't stick around to see that. I was playing in the band at halftime. I couldn't do that. You know that.
That's right.
Coach is trying to make adjustments. Where's AJ? He's got 12 missed tackles and 3 fumbles. He's just finishing up his tuba routine, Coach. He'll be back soon. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, it would.
You ain't never fucking missed 12 tackles in a high school football game.
Had 3 fumbles.
I tell you what, I was pretty gassed playing both ways and punting the ball and kicking off at times. I was a bit gassed in high school. It's tough playing both ways like that, but
So fun.
you can't get tired.
No.
You don't have to go on the field. It's the best.
Week 1 or 2, sure, but after that, fucking suck it up.
Oh, when the fall weather starts to hit, man,
That's
we've
the
been.
best.
I was telling some of the boys earlier, like my son practices at usually 6 to 7:30 at night, and it's been 70 to 72 degrees, sun out, and I say it 30 times a practice. I'm like, this is amazing. This weather's awesome. Let's have this year round. And nobody ever responds to me though. Nobody's ever like, yeah, you're right, man. But I guess I'm just a big fan of the weather right now. The fall.
Mid-October weather.
Can't beat it, can you? No. Is there anywhere that has that year-round, 365 days a year?
Arizona.
Is San Diego the closest?
Right.
That's probably the closest. They're
what
like
they say.
75, 74, and nice all year.
Yeah.
Why don't you move there?
Very expensive.
It is, right?
You know,
California?
You know I wouldn't fit in with California.
What do you mean?
San Diego would suck.
There's cowboys out there. People think California is all like L.A. No, there's very rural areas.
Yeah, you go
farms.
north. If you go north.
Yeah, north is different.
Look where fucking Josh Allen's from. Fireball.
Where?
One horse town. Fireball.
Fireball?
Fireball.
Is that what it's called?
Like
really?
hardball.
Yeah.
Only it's fireball.
Fireball.
Like go Tigers, Geaux.
Exactly.
Very similar.
I saw somebody with that the other day.
Joe Burrow. Reaux.
Yeah.
He didn't play the game with that though, did he?
No, senior night though. He had it.
Should have.
Yeah.
He should have played the game.
was
Coach
real.
O's doing well, right?
He's doing real well. Yeah, he got
a bunch of money to leave. I saw.
17.5 million.
Good for him for being honest. Is he going to get back into coaching?
I believe he moved down. Now I could be wrong. I thought he moved down to Fort Lauderdale and signed a contract with Bang Bros to be the new MILF hunter.
Excuse me? Who was that?
To be the new MILF hunter, but I can't be.
So what does that entail?
can't be
What is his
100%.
job description?
He was
delivering pizzas.
Sean Hunter took him under his wing.
Yeah.
Okay.
When
Cargo
spring,
shorts
when
are
spring
mandatory.
break, yeah, cargo shorts. When spring break gets here, we need at least
Yeah.
120 hours of footage
You've
from
got
him.
a hole in the pocket of the shorts.
In the popcorn?
Yep.
That too.
Chopper. My father-in-law tells the story all the time. That's how he got my mother-in-law, his wife, went to a movie, got the big jug of popcorn, cut the old hole in the bottom, slide that puppy right in his lap. I don't know if this is a kid's show or not. Chopper said that a lot of times, many times, with his wife right there, and she just laughs. So I don't know. Maybe he did.
That's love.
That is love.
They should go to homecoming
Old
and do
school
that.
love. Hey, if I go to homecoming, I'm bringing them with me. I'm gonna call my parents too. Where's my parents?
Why
Bring
not?
them along. I don't. My mom didn't go to homecoming with Pistol. They didn't know each other. You know what? It might be an eventful weekend for me, guys.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're gonna wrap this sucker up. Hammer Down's coming on when?
3:15.
3:15. Let's say 3:20 to be safe.
Let's say 3:15.
Okay, 3:15. Oh, Diggs has got somewhere to be. Where are you going to homecoming this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I appreciate that. I love that passion you have, Diggs. Guys,
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody here.
Thank you,
Always
AJ.
enjoy coming here in person. I know next week's possible to be in the Thunderdome, maybe, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, no pressure. We'll see what happens. I understand supply chain, may repeat, all that stuff is going on right now. Nothing we can do about it. But you know what? Appreciate it. Monday will be an overreaction Monday. We have games. Sunday night, Bears at Packers. Zeke, can't wait for you. Hopefully the Packers find a way to turn this thing around. The Bears give them a good test. But thank you, everybody. Overreaction Monday will be here, Ty. It's all going to be okay, bud.
Yeah,
Don't
I
worry.
know. I'm not worried at all.
It's all going to be fine. Aaron hopefully throws 5 touchdowns and things are back and we're right back on track like we have been in a while. And then we'll have Aaron on Tuesday. We'll chat with him.
Let's go.
See how it goes.
Blow
So
in his face.
stick around. Overreaction Monday. Cannot wait to see everybody. Thank you. Goodbye.